Alright, hello and welcome back to Arknights. I'm gonna do a bit of a short stream today before the one with Jasper later tonight. Later tonight if you're watching this on Twitch. If you're watching it on YouTube, it'll be about a day or so before that shows up. Figured now's a good time to be continuing. R811. Tallulah and the static roadblock. Right. We're running... The story has two running concurrently. The current timeline, the M ones here, and R, Tallulah, the main villain's past. Wait, I've also equipped everyone's alternate costumes. See how those look. See how this goes, then. Snow hasn't melted and spring hasn't come. It feels as though the next spring is never going to arrive. Each time I lift my head up to see the candlelight, I cannot help but reach my hand to put it out, only to light up anew in the darkness. Please go away soon, winter. If you don't go away soon, we'll all be buried by the snow. Please, I beg of you. February 21st. Fortunately, we just witnessed the end of Alina. Tallulah's closest friend. Tallulah, something wrong? What? You've been pretty gloomy the past few months. Did something happen? Nothing at all. I haven't spent that much time with everyone here, but going by what I've heard, I got the impression you used to be more energetic. Hey, watch it, buddy. Tallulah's not often down in a crowd like this. Why don't you try repeating what you just said to the captain and see if he appreciates it? Yeah, I can't say I have a ball. I can't say I have the balls. Patriot isn't as scary as he sounds. The shield guards are all like this. Don't let it get to you. He's just been talking much because he hasn't been talking much because of his throat problems lately, and his silence can be very intimidating. As for how I'm doing, don't worry. Yeah, I've got a lot on my mind. Our team's getting closer and closer to the Ursa city, so there's a lot we need to thrash out. Probably gave you that impression because I've really been trying to rack my brain. Yeah, you're right. We're running low on provisions. We don't have enough manpower. If this goes down, we aren't going to last much longer. That's right, and that's why we need to pay extra attention as to what the outside forces are up to. First of all, we need to make contact with local infected groups and diaspora as soon as we can. Aside from that, there are bound to be people trying to track us down. If we even take one wrong step and fall into their trick, to fall into their trap, all of us will end up in a snowy grave. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Of course it doesn't, but as long as we plan our route carefully, we won't find ourselves in that position to begin with. So that's why the most important task we have at hand is to minimize our losses. Breaking up our teams might conceal our movement better, but then communications could become a problem. Oh right, we can't use those columns we took from the Ursus. We don't have the transmitters. This will put our license and recon units in unnecessary danger. It's a drain on resources to train someone to use the guerrillas' code words. If we want to distribute whole sets of comms, we'll need to get our hands on a prototype somehow. Tallulah, our recon units were ambushed. Well, that's nothing. Why do you need her to clean you? Shut up, there's nothing what we faced. The poor Hester fell over before any of us even figured out who the enemy was. It's not Ursus. They pinpointed our recon cast and ambushed him with exact precision. We've never seen anything like this on the patrol units. Whenever something concerns our teammates, we can't just brush it aside. Yeti, take me there. Shield Guard, we might have encountered Ursus Army platoon, so please come with me. Yes, ma'am. Remember, even if they're just an advanced team, we might have to be extra careful. If something goes wrong, we might have a large-scale retaliation waiting for us. We need to avoid that at all costs. Understood. Runner, inform Patriot immediately. Tell Frost Nova right away. Andrasha, you! Hang in there, Yeti. Ah! What just happened? Quick, send him down here. Take that damn spear out. What's going on? That black spear grew out of his body? No, it can't be. The Empire's monsters. What are they doing here? What? Think you're all that? I'll show you what for. Get him. Stop. What are you doing? You have no idea what you're facing. You don't even know what it exactly is, and you want to get yourself killed? So freaked out for? Got this many people on our side. Smash his shield to the ground. Huh? You want to get yourself killed? It's the damn Ursus Royal Guard. To think the shield guards have fallen this low. Take my advice. So you take yourselves out right now. Oh, he's doing the lightning meme. You should harm yourself now. All shield guards back in formation. Protect the soldiers. Remember, don't give them any openings. Hiss. Shh. Oh, I see. He's Bane. There is fear all abound in the air. The infected next to you isn't ready at all. Uh-oh. Don't be afraid. The more afraid you are, the more likely he'll be able to kill you. He may attack at any moment. Eyes open. Don't take your eyes off him for 1 second. Looks like I'm leaving empty-handed again. These 3 cities need to be cut off from the information network for being completely useless. In fact, what are you so smug for? You surrender to the local garrison. I'll slice all your mouths, noses off, and bring them with me. I don't know this. Isn't that the liches, the face-rending liches? I thought that was just a made-up fairy tale. I mean, we're looking at them right now. The ones who slice off the bodies after killing, leaving nothing but a bunch of nameless corpses. Dang. How long have these guys been around? I first heard the story. They can only be the liches. No, they aren't legends, and they aren't the demons in the fairy tales. They're murderers and executioners, nothing more. Sheesh, how are we supposed to even fight liches? We're no match for these guys. We're just terrible people, just normal people. The infected calling himself normal. Oh, help me. Don't run away. All of you, stay right where you are. You die if you run. But he's not human. How are we supposed to? I'll kill anyone who runs. Wait, what? Like it or not, you're now in the same boat as everyone else. If the defense line falls, everyone dies. They're nowhere as terrifying as you think. They're still made out of flesh and blood like all of us. Not even the Royal Guards can take down the Shield Guard's layers of defense without a tough fight. If you're scared, you'll become their breakthrough. They'll start with you when the killing starts. We're both among the strongest forces in Ursus, and yet the Shield choose to oppose us and stand with the infected. How incredibly foolish. They are so truly unfortunate times. He's unsheathing his blade. Shield Guard, shields up. Hold. He's not attacking. Something's burning. I can smell it. Ah, my body's starting to warm up. Could it be? She's here. Relax, everyone. She's here. Even the liches are no match for her. Don't let your guard down. The Royal Guards. Trying to bring those back. What, back with you now? You aren't my people. If you turn to violence, we will return the favor. Tallulah. With violence. I see you. Code words, code words. What are the Ursus Royal Guards doing here? Tallulah, you shouldn't have come. You should have waited for the captain. You want to know why we are here? We are here because we are looking for the Duke's daughter. In other words, you. We need to assess the situation. Sound of smoke falling to the ground is crisp and clear. What did you just call me? The Duke's daughter, and bear this in mind, given your social standing, surely there are more civilized vocabularies you could use to refer to us. Whose daughter did you just call me? You deny the truth, as you are wont to do. Think I'm the daughter of such a snake? Anger, and it stems from your irritation. You want to run from the truth. Emperor's blade? Ptah. Came all the way here to mock me, or are you here to kill me? Protect Tallulah! My brothers, the Royal Guards may be fierce, but there's only one of them. We may have Tallulah, we will hold the line. The rest of you supporting us will definitely... My brothers? Whose daughter is he talking about? Oh, you didn't tell them who you really are. Is this part of your plan? Plan? What plan? How dare you mock her? Better watch who you speak to before you provoke someone and turn people... Before you try to provoke someone to turn them against her, Executioner. My identity has nothing to do with my goal and what we are working towards here. You can only turn one against one another if there existed trust between them in the first place. I doubt there's any such trust between you and the rest of them. I can only surmise you believe the trust they have for you remain unscathed even after they come to know who you really are. All that coming from a masked villain who carries out covert massacres at the Empire's behest? I'm afraid no one here needs to be criticized by your kind. Your words are strong and very confident. If this is as you expected, very well, I must reassess the situation. I bid you goodbye then. Remember well, this is the one thing we share, the people standing around you. We have no trust. You must take action to earn even the tiniest trickle. Stop. You have a question? You attack my people, you know we are here. Am I perhaps misunderstanding you? Who are you trying to rat our secrets out to? Which secret? Soldiers, we can't let him give away our location. Tallulah, are you confident you can beat the Royal Guard? If we don't do this, we'll face even more losses down the line. We have to patrol you and even Earth's army, hunting down day and night. It takes the Royal Guards time to respond to our actions. Only if we bring the enemy in front of us under control now, we have the choice between repeating or pressing forward. We want to be able to pick. We have to act. If we want to be able to pick, we have to act now. Besides, we may need to raise our guards. We have no reason to... While we may need to raise our guards against him, we have no reason to fear him. He represents fear, but fear doesn't stand a chance against our anger and unjust treatment. She's right. The girls have no reason to fear the Empire's murderers. How can we still call ourselves the Aegis, the infected? We just tremble in fear. A lone man is no match for all of us united. He's a lone executioner, nothing more. You are mistaken about one thing. I'm not here alone. There's one more behind you. Figure wearing a large overcoat stands solemnly on the path Tallulah just took. Each and every flake of snow falling from the gray sky abruptly turns black as it lands on his coat, before disintegrating and scattering across the ground as ashes. There's two of them, huh? So what? Just two of you trying to cut off dozens of us? Ridiculous. Your Order of Kashi, allow me to Postulate that you've come to the following conclusion. Your peers will not be suspicious of you merely because of your identity. Then let us verify the results. If your judgment proves incorrect, the promise your father made to us shall be considered void. What's he talking about? What are you daydreaming about? Snap out of it. They're not just after Tallulah. What? You think these murders will just let the rest of us go when she's gone? Protect Tallulah. No, protect the soldiers. First push them back. After that, secure a way out. Finally, protect yourselves. Don't think too hard about it right now. Just do everything you can to stay alive. After all, there's nothing we can do if we aren't alive. If they kill any of us here, it'll all be over. Live. What you said could not be any more different from how your father would see it. I'm afraid only proved to be a disappointment, leader of the Northern Tundra Infected. I am not a leader. I'm just infected. No, I've no reason to impress you. Snowfall blackening the air.
Operation commencing.
Old Augusty, you would stand up against us for? Come, show me how the new crop of Royal Guards fights. Let me see it, the power you use on the demons. Show me lands coursing through your veins. With just the two of you, there's nothing you can do to kill me. Wendy, all we want to do is fight here. It is to get a feel of how far the young budding snake has come. We won't take either of your lives. That said, even though you might be able to keep yourself alive, would there be anything left you could actually do to save us from a late? Don't look at her. Face me. Shh. Oh my.
Show me what you're made of. Amuse me, if you even can.
Is that within range to attack? It is not. Can I keep Silver Ash alive? That's the big question here. Because if I can, this is over. Silver Ash will clear all these out with his special. 940. Okay, this should be enough. Oh, crap. Alright, let's bring him out here. Thorns.
Roger.
There we are.
I'm right here, Doc. Everyone believes in me.
Why? Take care of him if you please.
Made up your mind? The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none with his vanity.
Why? Take care of him if you please. Here we are. Didn't work as well as I was hoping it would. Let's bring a tank out here then. Bring in Saria.
Here, I know what you're thinking.
Oh yes, you'll also notice I did get Mastery 3 on Silencer, so my crew's here. Altar here is at full power. Yeah, swing. Hey, hello, Pixel. Sorry, I was a bit distracted here. I don't want to leak any of these guys by accident, so I was a bit focused. Alright, and Silver Ash should get a swing back. Usually it's a lot faster to just retreat him and then let his redeploy time handle things, but in this case I think we're in good shape. Let's get a support. Yeah, more healing in here is needed, apparently. Well, if those guys are gonna hang out there, let's see if I can get W special in time. Hello, Candy Fox. Welcome to the stream. Here's Alter's shots. Yeah, they look pretty nice, I think. Alright, let's get these guys taken care of. Alright, here it comes. Alright, I don't know. I have to be careful. I have to see if I can keep Tallulah alive here. Cruz, use your ability, please.
What are you planning?
Silver Ash, do your swing. There we are.
Hast thou come?
Do the challenge mode this stage. Yeah, the music in Chapter 8's been on a whole other level. And yeah, I'm probably not going to do the challenge mode for this because I imagine it's going to be something extremely frustrating. Look how I did normally. Oh, get the hell away. Such potential. Hiss. I should take my heart off to you. Alas, I forgot to bring my cap with me today. Ah. It is pointless to keep fighting. We are merely protectors of Ursus. You may take your men with you. Live on as the protector of these infected, if that is truly your wish. Let's take what we must to realize our respective goals. I find that reasonable. Call yourself a protector, but who did you ever protect? All nations have men who call themselves protectors. There are many things that need to be protected, and also far too many men who call themselves protectors. Most of them are corrupt and incompetent, yet the rest of us excel precisely because of the things we protect. We are protecting Ursus's future. You think that'll cover up everything you've done? Struggle at stage. Yeah. I probably would have struggled a lot more if I didn't buy Silver Ash and Thorns from the shop. I think I mentioned it before, but they never came home when I rolled for them, so I had to drag them kicking and screaming from the certification shop. You've committed more crimes than anyone can count. You drove Sinnoh City into the lakes, and not a single person could get out of that Alafia village. I can name all the atrocities you've committed one by one, let the whole world know what you've done, and you dare to brag about me about your country's will? Your foolishness will one day crush my reality. All societies will at some point have to bring out their lashes and whip their laziest and most simple-minded members. That being said, we are blades, not whips. The cutting off of branches that do nothing but suck the tree dry of nutrients was a crime, yes, and that does make us evil. You said you'll expose our atrocities. That merely tells me you're unable to confront us, no matter mention how likely the way you see things will change. If I walk towards you, I suppose you'll step back. Tallulah, stay back, protect the soldiers. Versus benevolence is of equal weight to its devilries. When you stand up against evil deeds, you must also face all the good that we have done. Yeah, they're the best, definitely one of the best investments I could have made, just because the raw DPS was gain is, well, you saw how well they cleaned up there. That would have genuinely been a nightmare if I hadn't been prepared, although granted, the Mastery 3 crews did a lot of work too. A nation cannot be measured purely by good and evil. Nothing is worthy of discussion on this metric. Perhaps it's not realistic to expect you to reach his heights and fully grasp his wisdom so soon, but if everything is as he said, perhaps he will come for your advice when that day we will come for your advice when that day comes. Right now, aside from the potential and the seeds, you have nothing. The Empire isn't something you can understand, Volvere. Wait. No, you can't be. I was kind of hoping we'd get Patriot back up in that mission, but evidently not. Code word. 2 royal guards by the lonesome aren't enough to kill me. If you want to make an enemy of me, you'd better bring a 3rd man next time. Captain! Shields forward, push! No, Patriot, no. There are 5 royal guards here, counting the ones still trying to put up a fight with my daughter over on the other side. The royal guards I know would never waver or pussyfoot around, so tell me, how confident are you in your strength? We don't want to be your enemy. You are a legend known to a few of us in the Empire's army. Even if the common folk of the nomadic cities have long since forgotten, all of us remember the tales your forebears told us. You have my respect. Golden Glow banner, oh nice. Sadly, the Lee's banner completely drained me, so I had nothing left for Golden Glow. I did at least get Quercus, who I will admit has actually been quite useful in integrated strategies. I may have to Elite 2 promote her in order to use her more there, because I could really use more integrated strategy content. I need to get further up in that reward tree, I mean, and maybe I will stream it, but I will warn that I suck, and I kind of hesitate when I barely get past the first couple areas. Ah, so you follow her. Lying has become second nature to the soldier of the tundras, so it's hard to know what to believe. So it's the truth, you are infected. It shouldn't come as a surprise that I'm fighting for the infected. That's not right, this plan will fail. There are lots of infected in the country. Fantasies do not come true just because more people believe in them. Before you write this off as fantasy, how many versus defeats and victories have you personally participated in? Oh, you're right, my generation hasn't seen much action. Therefore, I'm inviting you to join us, Ursa's captain. I ask you to come with us. Ursus needs you. What's that? Wait, what? Having fought under the command of the last emperor over 100 years, surely you remember Ursus' greatness within those times. Was it a prosperous and marvelous era? Everyone united under the banner of Ursus regardless of race, and we all fought for its future. Enemies far and wide fell to our blades and cannon fire. We stood undefeated in the battlefield. I'm far from the only one who wishes to return to those glorious times. All of us want to see again an era where all men are brothers and share the same deep hatred for our enemies. We can bring these greedy countries apart with the lands they stole, and give the downtrodden a chance to regain their dignity and the glory. We conquered not to annihilate, but to rebuild. We gave this world a new lease on life. Let us rebuild that era, with people united, facing all storms that come our way together. I do believe it's far better than living our days on the tundra, toiling away. Yeah, I'm not very good at the Bane voice I'm trying to give him. They're trying to say the Ursus folk who toil so oppressed can't lift... Try saying that to the Ursus folk who toil so oppressed they can't even lift up their heads. No one has it easy, such as the cruelty of the times we live in. Life is difficult for the citizens as well. Lack of order, loss of power, destruction of morals, these are all mistakes. These are the mistakes that ruined Ursus, and we know where the problem lies. We can fix these. Nonsense. We may ask your leader and see if he believes us. Buldrokasti. We can set Ursus on the right path once again. Well, you got one thing wrong. I'm not the leader, not anymore. I don't like Abjur. Yeah, I actually haven't had an Abjur prior to her, I don't think. No, I've had a couple, but I didn't raise them, since my understanding is that the archetype is kind of really bad. But, Quercus being able to pull off being a healer, as well as a slower and all that, really gives her a lot of... Quercus isn't bad like the others from the subclass. Yeah, I don't know if it's the fact that she can easily swap between healer and damage dealing / slower or what, but she's really been a big help. I've raised a few purely for to make integrated strategies a bit easier. Like I did recently Elite 2 Pudding, since she's very cheap and easy to use in there, although I still need to get her module going. She is the leader, ask her if she believes any of that. I fought with your fathers, your strength and tactical acumen are no less impressive, but you look at the Ursus of those times with rose-colored glasses, what you see is nothing more than your wild fantasies. You cannot deny the glory of that era. Everything you did ties you back to Ursus. Even her title symbolizes your desires and inspiration. Let me ask you this then. Is there a place for the infected and the Ursus you are trying to forge, this Emperor? Those positions bestowed upon you you as favors are just fickle illusions, nothing more, just like the fantasies. Tallulah, shh. You are right. Perhaps things will be different with the help of you and your men. What are you talking about? Blades do not make promises, weapons do not ever make promises, but I believe the infected are a force that Ursus should have possessed in the first place. All of you should strive to become the symbol of Ursus' glory. The infected who oppose Ursus shall perish. As for you, if you only take up arms for Ursus, you'll be recognized as a glorious and noble deed. Tallulah can hear the men whispering. The murmurs have never been louder. Just because I don't oppose your theories doesn't mean that I agree with them. Such simplicity is a kind of arrogance. Perhaps you come to enjoy this kind of authority, the kind of freewheeling authority that tells you everything you do is to build a better future. What gives you the right to brag about glory? As to just use your thorns. I've used thorns, and even the blue lady I managed to get during Lee's banner, but I unfortunately still die because I am terrible at roguelike modes. There's a reason even during my Cult of Lamb stream, I end up spending a lot more time with base building and using the the resource gathering from there more than the dungeon runs. I'm just not particularly good at that kind of game, I guess. In that case, if you're fighting for the minority, on what basis are you saying you deserve the majority's endorsement? What is so righteous you fight for the infected? Surely you'll be able to give me an intelligent answer. What does justice even have to do with how many people you've got? Royal Guard, I ask you just one question. How many people actually loved the Emperor in those days? Was the number high or low? And did the Emperor's death have anything to do with you? If I answered it had nothing to do with us, looks like we won't be coming to an understanding. In any case, my liege has passed. Ursus now belongs to someone else, and what I now follow is merely an ideology. Her ideology. Patriot helps Tallulah up as though she too is his family, both right in this moment, and years to come, until the day he loses her. Shh, why her? Because we know each other well. Perhaps the road you've described is indeed a yellow brick road, but I'm afraid I've already made my decision. I have chosen to stand with the infected here. I think I have Sukanogi, but that's when I first had people warn me that abjurers aren't particularly good. I might have still raised her anyways if she was a particularly engaging character, but I guess I need to unlock more of a profile or something because, I guess, or maybe we need. I, I guess it feels like there's something missing to motivate me to want to raise her, you know? A soldier serves his country and his beliefs, not its tyranny. That is why we'll destroy the Empire and ignite a war of righteousness. We too need the support of the infected, and we're also fighting for a just cause. Why do you refuse us then? You believe the path that reunion is taking is better than the unity and reform we seek, because that's more efficient, or is it perhaps because the Ursus folk it hurts the Ursus common folk less? No, it is simply because the war has already begun. I need to see it through to its end. Even the Emperor I serve, as benevolent and kind as he was, never accepted the infected. The promises are now nothing but lies to me. If we could truly unite the infected, then we wouldn't have a war. It is our hope the infected will unite under your lead. If you actually want to unite them, you wouldn't even need me. Enough, Royal Guards. I've already walked the path you're singing praises of, and that's why I don't believe that there are any better choices out there. If you tell me that you had that kind of foresight, that just tells me you haven't faced the irony of fate. One day you will understand. Just like the 20 Royal Guards who died in the Valley of the Setting Sun. They were killed in the tundras at the hands of foes of other races. It's much better than dying at the hands of your own countrymen. Royal Guards, I'm a traitor. I betrayed the Empire. There's no room for us to reconcile. A declaration is nothing more than that, a declaration. Even if that's truly what you believe, what about the people standing behind you? Will they trust her as much as you do? Even if they revere your might and your honesty, how will you assure them you're not just worshipping a powerful idol? It is an evil eye label to shelter them better, or is an idol that lets herself be trampled upon more preferable? I hope we aren't trying to use the former as a metaphor for someone whom I respect. Reality is far colder than the flurries of the northwestern tundra. Once you lose power, you'll find yourself at the mercy of those who are much more capable. The first ones to make the move might not even be your enemies. Perhaps they know not who Kashi is, but they know what a duke is, and if they know the duke's daughter will one day become a duchess, the people around you not like how you see them. Her strength will one day come to rival yours. She'll be no less resourceful, and her cunning will be on another level. I take it you're complimenting her. No, my friend, no. You haven't been an Urchin citizen long enough. You don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Kashi. Just because one inherits a knowledge of corruption doesn't mean they too will fall to it. The footmarks she left on the tundras is proof she won't meet the same fate as the old snake. Soft. I've heard stories from the that dote on young people, or perhaps pamper's the better term. I always have respect for those who are truly worth respecting, now and always, from the moment they are born through the years, even after their deaths. Leave. Leave now. I won't hold against you for attacking our soldiers for the time being, or I could kill you right now. Wait for the royal guards to come and collect your bodies. Go to war with them until one side remains. Even if we find ourselves on the losing side. Oh, I'm afraid I cannot spill any more of our secrets. Our warning isn't merely a rhetorical tool. We can only mourn for you. When we find ourselves fighting against each other on the battlefield, I shall find myself mourning you instead. That day will not come, my friend, it will not come. Farewell, patriot. This day has been unfruitful. How regretful. I should also add, Tallulah, we look forward to seeing your improvement on the battlefield. You should lead them. You're more than capable of being up to the task. Add time. Sorry about that. I think I mentioned before, but for the sake of records... let's see here. Yeah, for the sake of record, in order to get the 55% ad revenue split, I had to have 3 minutes worth of ads every hour. So I set it 1 minute ads per hour rather than 1 minute 1 minute 30-second long ones, since I felt that'd be a bit more tolerable. Patriot, I'm calling the ambulance, but not for me. Yeah, pretty much. Well, as per usual, feel free to give some feedback if you think it's a bit too much, or you think it might be easier to split it up more, or if it's a lot easier to do one big chunk every now and then. I'm probably going to be fine-tuning it for the foreseeable future to see how it goes. Yelena. We fought them off together with the Yetis. We fought off one, but did they retreat on purpose? Was there 5? I couldn't protect my team by myself. You did fine. You'll do better next time. I will, definitely. What happened here? Where's everyone? Tallulah, what happened to the shield guards? Captain, what they said just now. They trace some imaginary tracks in history. From that, they determine the future will be the same as the past. Their statuses will decide what the future holds. That in itself is a kind of arrogance. I can vouch for her, but I'm not sure everyone can come to accept this just yet, so I ask you to keep this under wraps for the time being. We know and we understand. We all know what kind of person Tallulah is. But were they telling the truth? Don't tell me. What were you thinking? You already said it yourself. A person's upbringing can't determine. It is true. Tallulah, I was raised by the nobles to one day take over. There's your answer. Anything else? My leader. Please, Patriot, I told you not to call me that. Let's pack up. Faust and the Crossbowmen still have training after this. You'll be joining them, aren't you? As long as you do not disappoint with your character, I will support you till the very end. Yeah. Tallulah, my father supports you. I won't tell you to do the same for me, Yelena. You don't really think? Give me a piece of candy. Here. I never thought you'd ask me for one of these. Alright, let's get going. Let's pack it up, everyone. If you want to know more, I'll tell you everything. Soldiers? Tallulah, what is it you're planning? Tallulah seemed like such a genuinely great person in the backstory. What caused her to fall? Yeah, Shining's got it right. No matter how many sins one commits, they turn to ashes in the end. Operation 8-8. Let's see here. Origin, purpose, fate, demise. Tragedy claims to hurt all of them. Who can truly choose their own life? Actually, I guess I can show off a few operators that I've been working on lately. Well, we have a moment here. As I mentioned, I raised Pudding purely because she is helpful in integrated strategies, but as you can see, I still need to unlock her module. I can do that over time. Hello, Snowy Fox. Welcome to the stream, and thank you. JT ate 3 soon, I still want to see that. Trauma intensifies. Does Ak deserve the head pats? Oh yeah, Ak is a personal favorite, just because of how good his buff is. Oh, thank you for the follow, Snowy Fox. I stream just about anything on this channel, so feel free to stop by anytime something catches your eye. I'm pretty much just trying to branch geek. I'm not sure if they'll ever make another in his particular branch, but he certainly does make fights a lot more interesting. Waiting for when he does M88. Well, I'm about to. I was just going over a few of my favorite operators here. Although I do make hilarious mistakes, like Siege here. I meant to level 90 Saga, but what happened was I went to level Siege and somehow I didn't realize I was leveling Siege, and so now I have 2 of these. Smell all. Seems that way. Here. Kiera and Cruise the King Glint are personal projects I'm working on. Estelle, I might do a bit more of just because she's been so helpful. Ambriel and Pinecone I also use here, but they're a bit more situational. Amiya, I should probably... Honeyberry I'm raising entirely because the status effects are being such a pain in the ass. Luckily, I'm maxing her spiritual care right now, so once that's at Mastery 3, that's really nice. She'll basically cure status... She'll basically have a status cleanse every other heal. So that's gonna be quite nice, I think. Roaring Flare, M88. The boss is here. Alright. I need to bring Amiya for everything, but I could probably afford to bring Ak a bit. Let's bring Ak and Amiya here.
Got it.
Bagpipe. Yeah, this team looks fine. Mulberry is also very nice. Mulberry is really nice. The reason I chose Honeyberry instead was because, well, her ability auto-activates every other heal, and it's hard to mess up something that activates automatically. Hawk Gaming, indeed. The Ursus assholes are hiding behind the infected the mercenaries. They're disguised reunion. Keep an eye out. Unless you see pain somewhere on their body, don't let a single one of them get away. Even if you dare take a step inside, kill them on the spot. Oh, the reunion folks are only here because they were talking this mess. Do we really have to kill them too? Save that question for yourself. We'll see what you think in a few minutes when you find yourself getting stabbed in the back. Guard, the enemy. He's putting up way too much of a fight. Reunion's not supposed to have this kind of firepower. And what kind of firepower are they supposed to have? If we were able to give our mortar gunners the newest weapons, we probably could have taken the city down without the catastrophe. They don't care about covering their tracks or trying to rush inside. If that's the case, why didn't Tallulah keep them close to her? She's afraid. She's afraid we'd see through the identities of the plan. Not even she would be able to cover up everything if there were too many people. Besides, these aren't kind of weapons you can just pick up and take around. They probably had all these weapons stashed in the core city long ago just for times like this when everything falls apart. They were designed to deal with this from the start. They didn't want to kill all of us, but they're wrong. We'll be the ones doing the killing today. Yeah, hold the line for it. Yeah, time for us to call an ambulance, but not for me. What are you doing? You want to leave the battlefront? Rhodes Island, take a better look. We are the battlefront. Wherever we are, the battle's in front of us. Forward. That isn't going to work. Our teams can't keep up. We'll hold the line for an opportunity to take them out. Then you'll keep up. Phantom Crossbowman, can you keep this up? We don't have much of an advantage without the captain, but you can do it. Right. Captain Faust is willing to throw his life away for the rest of us. If the Rhodes Island Rabbit can really help us get revenge, we're more than willing to put our lives on the line. No, you do not need to. Oh, you're from Rhodes Island. I just need to bomb their position directly. Is that correct? Yeah, the reason I'm doing Chapter 8 is I want to get see if I can get Amiya's alternate form in this stream, at the very least, because coming up is an event and I'm going to be farming that, so I won't really have much to do here unless I decide to indeed do an integrated strategy stream. Which, again, I'm hesitant to do just because I'm not very good at the mode at all. For reading this jam, their signals, I do not just need their headphones to blow up for the moment. Yes, just the sound, not an actual explosion. You can blow up their ears too if you want. Okay, in 5 seconds. Poor Faust, yeah. Although he's also a pain in the ass for the challenge missions, so... Alright, 4 seconds. Phantom Crossbowman, get ready. What? 3. Guard, have your team break up. I'll trust you on this one. Shield guards, take your shields down. You'll be out in the open. It is okay. Oh, but the gorillas. 1. Someone's willing to put their life on the line for us. We'll put our lives on the line for her, too. Look, all the bastards pretend to be reunion passed out all of a sudden. 3. There's a question that Guard asks himself many, many times. He finds himself wondering once again. There are many operators in Rhodes Island with standing powers, and with those, they can easily influence the outcome battle. How should he look upon these formidable allies? Once he got an answer from Ace, he got another from Scout, now he's another from Rosemontis. Her massive swords begin to bear down the enemy's military, and as the Sarkaz mercenaries begin to raise the crossbows their hands, the guards can't help but yell out of his lungs. Shield guards! Shields up! Protect Rosemontis! Together they're a squad. They need to be protected. They need cooperation. They need understanding. They're people. People fight gallantly just like him. Got them. Got them. You need pretty sharp... You got your pretty sharp eyes, kids. Sharp eyes, kid. Thank you, guard. Don't thank me. I'm just... Keep doing what you're doing. All shield guards, squad members, and infected. All my friends, my family. E2 S1 Mul 3 is also every other heal. True. Although, since I have pot 6 honeyberries, she is extremely cheap, that's for sure. But then again, you don't want a wandering medic as your main healer no matter what. I found out that out the hard way myself in the last event, and while Mulberry does technically have stronger heals, you still don't want to rely on her for solo healing unless your operators have their own self-sustain, like if you also have Saria, or another healer. We will make it home. We will defeat them. Amiya will defeat Tallulah, and then we'll all go home. Together. Let's go, then. Here we are, the core. Or at least the underground core. Where am I? I should go back. It's a little cold. What's up with these black shadows? Oh dear. Use Millable and Telopsis usually. I need to use Telopsis more, but I need to Elite 2 her first. I've just been using Lavender a lot because her passive healing is very convenient to have. Talent requires another medic too. Yeah. Mulberry is the one who increases the attack of other medics who are in her range, right? Technically, Honeyberry's passive isn't too bad either. It increases the max HP of ranged operators in her range, but it's not quite as well. It can be better depending if you're running some self-sustain units like Saria. You probably don't need the extra attack to healer as much, but yeah, plus 10% attack when another mech's deployed. They're freezing to death, so I gave them something. It's cold in here. What did I give them? I don't remember. I think it was something important. I think they might have told... Someone might have told me never give it to anyone else, but then why'd I give it away? Was it not important? Maybe not. If it gets cold, it'd probably disappear too. Oh, I know why. It's because that's what my friends would do. My friends. There was a guy who was really strict. Wonder if he saw me as a friend. There was someone who sang to me. A long time since I've heard her sing. Someone who looked really scary, but she makes really good food. There was a girl. She was dearest. She was the one who told me where I could go, but I don't understand. I don't really understand. There's someone who rarely talked at all. Something's coming. Lots of black shadows. What are they doing? They want my life too? Right. Life. Life is precious. Is that so? Is life useful? Black shadows are getting really close. Are they here to take my life away? Just what is that? Take a step back, Doctor. Don't get any closer. We got here too late. That isn't infected no longer. It's something else. Poor fellow. Even I have only seen a case like this just once. The caster and the victims all fused together. Their bodies and originium formed a mountain. From it bloomed a really kind of fragile flower. Dust spread in the wind, and whoever traveled to that cursed place found themselves affected. Not only that, but anyone who was unfortunate enough to become new hosts ended up spreading the suffering and death. Doesn't sound like you're just talking about the past. Rhetorics would be merely insults to this tragedy. Everything I say is the truth. The source of the infection was lively as poison. Its effect on life doesn't stop naturally. And at the time I swore to myself I would keep something like that from ever happening again. Yet things rarely turn out the way we want them. I've come to notice that these things will just keep happening over and over right in front of my eyes. Seems like it's fallen into a deep sleep, just venting unconsciously. As Sarka's herd was probably not under its control, only because it wasn't trying to control them in the first place. Mephisto. I had an inkling this... Yeah, I was about to say, I have an inkling this might be the remains of poor Mephisto and the others he sang for. Freedom. It's ironic to think that a herd could be free. I knew it. This is the culprit of Originium Dust Super Spreader event. Fun. Oh dear. If you're saying have fun, this means I'm probably gonna have to suffer. This isn't good. If this is how all the Sarkaz herd are gonna turn out, the losses will be beyond measure. Its dust isn't beyond some simple Originium arts anymore. It might even infect normal people. It wasn't pretty. The Originium cluster's blooming crushed cities. If I can help it, I don't want to see anything like that ever again. Doctor, we need to subdue that thing. Stop the herd from growing, prevent the infection from spreading. Is that... You know what that is? I can't say for certain. Doctor, I don't know what's going on in your mind. Doctor, I'm a doctor, not a judge. Fellow doctor, I'm a doctor, not a judge. This world's suffering from a disease. If no one treats it, what do you think will happen? Of course, living things have an immune system. I suppose this world does as well. It might be able to recover from the disease on its own. We can't live in an even more barren world. That will only cause it to weaken, and we will die. As for the infected before us, whoosh. Let me get this out of the way. Even if a disease is seen as untreatable to us doctors, death is far from a foregone conclusion. Until an effective cure is found, the patient's life is under serious threat. That's how we see it. There's one thing that a doctor will never believe, even if that's what the whole world believes, that it's untreatable. That's an excuse. Alright, see you later, Infinity. Hope you had... Thanks for stopping by. That's an excuse. Hope you had a good time. And one that should never be used by us doctors. It does not matter the predicaments we find ourselves in. I'll never use my medical knowledge in any manner that could be considered inhumane. From the moment a life is born, they all possess dignity. Yeah, Calcit has some very unusual standards, but she definitely has some standards. She's the reason Ock isn't allowed to be a medic operator. While he is genuinely a good doctor, and by that I mean he has the highest medical trainer rating in the game. I don't think there's a single better one than him. She refused to let him function as one because his treatment methods are, to quote his profile, worrying. No matter how society at large sees them, treating patients with Oreopathy will always be my calling. That is why I will never give up on life, especially those that can be cured. Yet we as doctors will never deny there are precautions that must be undertaken to prevent diseases from reaching more people. The infected cannot become the tools of others. No one may control their lives. If I don't do anything at all, that will become a goal, a weapon, an excuse. If we leave it be, we won't be able to take our revenge against Ursus. On the contrary, Ursus's wounds will become the wounds of others. We cannot leave a struggle of pain simply be. There's some diseases normal medical personnel cannot cure. The things the world imposes on them will only rain down on others several times every now and then. That's everything a doctor can do. If we're to save even more lives, we need to make a decision. Silence. The operator's breathing can be heard clearly through the filtration systems they are wearing. which is why our goal is without a doubt undeniable. Doctor, we need to halt the core city's power supply, but before that, to prevent another catastrophe, we need to take care of the herd that's growing in numbers by the minute. Monster, arise. We don't have much time left. With how it turned out, we can't even say we're delivering anyone from harm. The Sarka's herd fate is sealed. Unfortunately, we have no choice but to resort to lethal measures here. All Kalsa can do is stare there in silence and stare at the white crystalline being that can no longer be called infected. How many scars there are on your body, she asks. There's no way to tell whether she's asking the trembling creature herself. The white creature spreads its arms. What do you want? It tries to walk forward, but its fragile wings are unable to support its own body. There are sounds trickling out of its throat, like a river of terraform whimpers. Something doesn't feel right about this. Your premonition turned out to be correct. This is not a normal infected creature. It's the source of this large-scale super spreader. It's singing. Poor Mephisto, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
Compassion saves
Special
no one
infected
on
Mephisto, the
battlefield.
circumstance you find yourself in your... Yeah, I guess if you couldn't figure it out on your own, Calcit here spells it out. But yeah, it was pretty heavily implying this was the poor guy's fate. And your body is the perfect example. The circumstance you find yourself in and your own actions fed upon one another, and your body is a perfect example where that has led you. This is neither a court nor a place of enlightenment. We're neither judges nor clerics. We have to dispel your influence. Eliminate the possibility that you'll become a biological weapon. Anything that happens beyond that is no concern of mine. Till then, let us fight against this tragedy till the very end. Okay, I think I can...
Incoming. Get ready,
A
everyone.
singer. Alright, Saga, you know what to do. Luckily, I can take those... Okay, so these guys are fairly fragile. Alright, we're gonna need, Silver Ash here for all of these enemies.
Very well.
I think I should be able to awk him without needing outside help. He's got pretty good defense. Oh yeah, this should help. That's out of the heal range, and I don't want to do that quite yet. But I can put thorns here. Ak, you know what to do. I'm pretty sure that's art's damage that's dealing, so this won't help too much. Alright, use your skill here. Ak, use your buff. Silver Ash, do your thing. I am gonna have to retreat Ak. Without a healer, that's not going anywhere. Mephisto was always a good healer for the enemy, so I guess I can't be surprised that's still the case. Bagpipe, do me a favor and, yeah. Why reduce their health? Damn. I can do this at the very least. I think I should be able to, finish. If I focus fire... Darn it. I think this should be able to finish it, though. Amiya's, Darn it. Not good enough. Actually, I think Ak might be able to do some good damage here. This will kill Perfumer if I do that, but at the same time, that might be worth it just to kill the boss there. Sorry, Perfumer, but we need the Ak. Oh, lovely. I should have realized it has another form.
Very well.
a quick redeploy, so let's do this. I'm pretty confident we can eventually break the shield.
Roger.
Made up your mind? Art thou mine worthy enemy? Or art thou naught but a jest?
I hear someone.
Amiya's true damage should finish it. Nope, it's not. Neon is my only hope. Oh, never mind. That's never mind. That's not working. Yeah, and this didn't work. Breaking the egg. I take it I'm supposed to just wait until the shield goes down. Hmm. I could just borrow someone's Chen altar and make this a lot easier. Everything for leaking him, huh? Kyobi warning? Well, I guess I could take Chen and destroy this just fine.
Operation commencing. Incoming. Get ready, everyone.
Acknowledged. Made up your mind? The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none with his vanity.
Gonna need to do this. And we lost the ones. Oh dear. I can't win that way. Might want an overpowered guard instead. Surtur rarely lets you down. I'm not worried about farming this, so I'll just use support to make it more tolerable.
Operation commencing.
Skip the story here a bit.
Show me what you're made of. Amuse me, if you even can. Acknowledged.
Alright, her damage is huge with the skill 3, so I should be able to do this. Yeah, this is all physical damage, so this isn't gonna work. That's not good. Or Nightingale. I do have my own, but she is not Elite 2 yet. This may be necessary. Where's Nightingale? Here she is.
Is this the rendezvous point? Is this the rendezvous point?
Surtur's probably still worth bringing. Sorry, not sure this is gonna be enough, but...
Compassion saves no one on the battlefield.
The battlefield. A place where lives are taken.
Surtur, if you please.
It's not my wish to take lives. It will not come to harm. My power is all yours now.
Acknowledged.
Not enough damage.
I shall protect you.
Synopsis could work, but her skill's not going to be as helpful as I would hope it would be. Actually, maybe instead of Shining, since physical... No, physical defense might actually be helpful. I should just need to get them out at the same time. Oh yeah, the I did notice a dot
I
effect.
need only do as the manual said, yes?
Show me what you're made of. Amuse me, if you even can.
It's not my wish to take lives. Take flight. I shall protect you. You will not come to harm. My power is all yours now.
Shit. It stacks. In that case, the fact I have so many expensive operators may be holding me back here. I need someone cheaper. Cheaper people. Surtur is doing some pretty good damage, but I guess I need more healing. Stronger healing. And this isn't elemental damage, so I can't cure it with Honeyberry, frustratingly. Actually, yeah, maybe instead of Cruise the King Glen, bring Estelle, because Estelle can heal herself. Myrtle instead of Saga, perhaps? Maybe, but Saga's actually doing some good damage and also producing some good DP.
Compassion saves no one on the battlefield.
Yeah, Estelle's probably a good option just because
Get
she's
ready,
good at
everyone.
taking out large numbers of enemies. And also healing herself.
This is the battlefield. My power is all yours now. It will not come to harm.
That didn't work as well as I was hoping it would. Those guys hit like trucks. Guess I could put Myrtle in that spot. Let's see here.
There's a mission? I wanna go!
Might want this one if I'm gonna be doing Estelle. Surtur does pretty good damage, let's stick with her. Only thing is, I'm not sure if I can protect Myrtle properly.
Operation commencing. Don't worry, you got me. Good scenery here, Doctor. We're counting on you again today, little apple. It's not my wish to take lives. My power is all. Get around me, guys!
Why? Second, will ya?
You will not come to harm. Get around me, guys! I shall protect you.
No good.
Very well.
Roger. This is the battlefield.
What are you planning?
Silver Ash, do your
For what
thing.
reason hast thou come?
You will not come to harm.
Here we are. Oh, damn, that didn't do anything.
I shall protect you. I'm right here, Doctor.
Damn it. No good. Nope, it's not working. It was working. Nope, not work. Everyone died. Nope, not working. Like Myrtle just being all run. Blaze, I do not have Blaze. I do not have Chen, or honestly, I don't have most of the overpowered guards. Period. Like I said, I've got the vanguards, but they're not obviously not going to be much help anymore here. Is there an Ifrit spot here? No, there is not actually. If I could place her in the middle tile there, that'd be wonderful. But no, I can't even put F Eater here. Because while she could help stall by pushing back, the guys that throw those javelins will easily tear her to ribbons, and that's no good. I'd use Chen to sweep the trash. Yeah, it honestly feels like those are the biggest issue more than anything. I have as we saw, I have a handful of ways in which I can handle the boss. I guess I could borrow a blaze, though. Dang, this person's really maxed. I can't use M3 since it's just a recommended support, but that might still be better than nothing. Which is effectively what I've got at the moment, unfortunately. Estelle just isn't strong enough, or at least rather
only do as
durable.
the manual said, yes?
Mephisto, the singer.
Incoming. Get ready, everyone. I'm here to help. Ooh, almost gather around me, guys.
Let's use Blaze right away then. And since the poison's being a major issue,
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
yeah, Thorns needs absolutely no help to survive this buff, so...
It's not my wish to get by. I shall protect you.
No good, I need more DP for a distraction.
I shall protect you. Roger.
All I did was buy time, but if it bought even just a little bit, it might help.
My power is all yours now.
Alright, go.
It will not come to harm. Take flight.
Acknowledged.
Alright, here we go. This might... We're getting close, but not quite. Hey, his skill's not gonna charge in time at this rate.
What are you planning?
Yeah, no good.
Take flight.
The issue is Thorns isn't allowed to target anyone other than the boss, and as we've established, the boss is... Well, I can potentially do this to weaken this one.
My power is all yours now. My power is all yours now.
I might be able to do this. Neon's making a pretty good distraction. Not her. Why? They're silenced, so they can't use their ability. No. Oh wait, that doesn't work. Well, so much for that.
My power is all yours now.
It's invincible.
I shall protect you.
Ah, go.
Take flight.
Come on, as soon as the boss goes down, this will be a lot easier. Come on. Shit. Oh dear. Damn it. No! Everyone's dead! It's no good. Everyone's on cooldown, and there's no way I'll get enough in time. It's no good, yeah. Make no mistake, my Thorns is Mastery 3, Skill 3. Sure, why not? The good news is we now know Blaze is pretty good, but... For this, but... Maybe Perfumer? I guess an additional healer wouldn't hurt. Who do I replace? I guess I'm not using Amiya, and this isn't the one where she upgrades, right? As long as it's not the one where she upgrades, I can bring a few more healers. I guess if all else fails, I can just stack healers like no tomorrow. For stages is JT. I have no idea what that is since there's no stages here that have the yeah, I'm only at R and M. I don't know what JT is. It must be I must be a ways off. Why that skills 7? Because she's the recommended one and not a proper friends list. Because she's not a proper friends list person, she can't get masteries.
I need only do as the manual said, yes?
It won't let you in the stage until you have E2 Amiya. Oh, wow. Thanks for the raid, Venobi. Dang, I wasn't expecting that. I'm just suffering through the 8-8 right now.
Don't worry, you got me.
Alright, Myrtle, do your thing.
Doctor.
Hello, thanks for stopping. Thanks for the raid, and thanks for everyone who stopping by. Yeah, I do just about anything on this channel, so feel free to stop by if anything catches your eye. I'm just, as I said, I'm just currently suffering through, oh, thanks for the follow. Right now I'm suffering through M8-8. Hoping to get Amiya her guard upgrade before the event drops, so... Thorns here. Alright, strongest healer, go.
It's not my wish to take lives. You will not come to harm. Oh, almost had her around.
Alright, if I can get at least a bit more. Not likely, it seems. Ak, you know what to do. I think I will be able to do this.
I shall protect you.
Damn it!
I shall protect you. My power is all yours.
Get rid of you, first of all. There. That was more frustrating than it should have been.
My power is all yours now.
Actually, I can put her here, and that should allow her to be a distraction. Good, good, good. Hopefully this will help.
I shall protect you.
Alright, Silver Ash, charge your ability here. We're gonna need to clear as much AoE as we can to clear this.
My power is all yours now.
Made up your mind?
Damn it. Not fast enough.
You will not come to harm.
Damn it.
My power is all yours now.
This is not making me feel very good.
Good scenery here, Doctor. I shall protect you.
Lovely. Ak got him.
You will not come to harm.
Great work, Ak. We did it.
You will not come to harm.
Dang, Ak MVP there, along with the Sport Blaze. Dang. I need to go forward. Operators, prepare the mist. Eliminate all the dust in the area. I need to go forward. Nice, indeed. Fall back. The mutations reaches the limits. Avoid putting any more pressure on the target. Someone's talking. Someone's singing. All dreams sink to the bottom of the lake. Life is important. Really important. My friends lost their lives. They all left me. They stopped. They won't go on anymore. You have your own ideas and your own goals now. Monster, prepare to fire. Where should I go? I know, I get it now. But no matter where I go, people are gonna beat me up. It hurts. If I hurt them back, then they will hurt. I don't want to hurt anymore, but it hurts right now. Mephisto lullaby is so pain, indeed. Is it going to work? Are we all infected and up like this? I can't. I need to keep moving forward. They're worried. I can't keep them worried about me. It is reality that even time cannot shake. I know they don't like me, but they don't like me because I did something bad. I don't want to do anything bad anymore. Doctor, I told you this before. Whether it's symptoms or the causes we eliminate makes no difference whatsoever. Alright. Well, it's dark. Where will I end up? Then hurry up and make a decision. Do as I told you. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want anyone to get hurt. This has to be a dream, right? Dream where everyone's just going around quietly smiling. I need to wake up soon. Always wake up from dreams. If you don't wake up, it's the same thing as not moving on. I need to go forward. Seal the hatch. Dispose the infected sources quick. Let's go. I won't look back. I think I figured it out. I need to tell them this. Right. Being alive is a good thing. It's precious. Being alive is painful, but my friends, I've walked a long, long road. Now remember, I need to tell them it's a good thing to be alive. Let us go. Goodbye, my home, and goodbye the person who sang for me. Goodbye, Tallulah. Goodbye, Sasha. Goodbye, my friend. That's gonna start raining my house, isn't it? Calta swipes her finger across the control panel. The sarcophagus's low, thunderous roar immediately dissipates. It's over now. We put an end to the sudden disaster. We fulfilled our obligations and completed our mission. Chernobog's core city has now lost its power source. I can guarantee this facility won't be reactivated within the next few years. The next few hours, the core city will only be able to use the energy as stored to power its engines. Once that's used up, the city is nothing more than a hunk of scrap metal. We've done all we can. However, we want to bring it to a halt before it crashes into Lungmen. We have to use the emergency brakes. That's Amiya's mission, and only Amiya has what it takes to fulfill the mission. Is the city going to be abandoned here? If the Ursus Empire still wants it, let him have it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Or you aren't afraid of putting them into service again? There were two things that happened here that had to do with me. The first of those happened some 20 years ago. About 20 years ago, a small mining company controlled the Boris group of Ursus unearthed a strange set of equipment in the southern mountains. News about this quickly traveled to Conglomerate's leader, Count Boris. At the time, the Count made a bold decision. He tried to build an industry city with all the necessary facilities and equipment with the expectation his conglomerate could shake its reliance on military-controlled mining industry and arms trade. Now the equipment could have been some inheritance passed down by the gods or a device of Sarka's witchcraft. It doesn't matter. As long as it worked, it would give the Boris group the breakthrough they needed. Of course, it could also have been nothing but worthless scrap, and any amount of research would not produce any meaningful results. It could also have been something perilous, something that could level multiple settlements in the blink of an eye. They put it together with a team of talented scientists. All of them were young, sick of working with elementary theories, embittered by society, in need of money, and marginalized by academia for years. And you were on the team, weren't you? That's right. Soon after I left Columbia, I found out about this through my own networks. I joined a group in order to keep them from blowing this entire city up. I am something of an expert on the topic, so one way or another, I ended up becoming the scientists' mentors. Now, Chernobog wasn't just your average emerging city. It used to be old and run down. Before the scientists realized what the device's true purpose was, allowed them to siphon a certain amount of energy that could provide Chernobog a resource other than originium. Not much, but certainly not negligible. Count Boris was beyond elated. He paid all that money, he certainly got his money back. He was someone who really knew how to do business. Chernobog quickly developed, and droves after droves of people were drawn to the city, seeking opportunity. Many smaller cities joined the Boris group as well, either out of respect for the man himself or because they were awed by how generous he was with his money. With Chernobog propelled to the fore, the scientists' research also reached an important breakthrough. I probably should have stopped them. You don't have to tell me if it bothers you. Well, let me continue. Brilliant as they were, a few of my students uncovered the device's secrets on their own. First, they realized the energy they were siphoning was generated only as a side effect to the device's actual operations. Kind of hibernation mode. Its original purpose was for the device to keep functioning normally. There's also one other thing I realized. The energy they'd been siphoning was but a small fraction of the energy the device could actually provide, and only a tiny one. At first they were ecstatic. This had the potential to greatly reduce Chernobog's reliance on originium mining industry. They could put together something similar to the device, then Ursus would never have to worry about energy again. The mining and refining process could also become simpler. Then fear began to sink in, and if all the energy was used to forge weapons or begin a conquest, Ursus would undoubtedly be engulfed in the sea of flames again. Fortunately, the scientists were all good, upstanding people. They wanted to prevent disaster, and unfortunately, that didn't change a thing. When the Fourth Army got involved, the scientists had already realized just how serious the whole situation was. By the time my students were ready to have the device sealed, a secret police had already figured out their weaknesses. Ilya was a leader among the scientists. He was both righteous and stubborn, qualities that went hand in hand. The secret police knew that kidnapping his family would only unleash the hatred in him, so they picked someone else, Sergei, my oldest student. He was Skull Shatterer and Misha's father, a very indecisive chap. Secret police hardly even threatened him. That was enough to destroy what little determination he had. The fear of losing his family and respect for his colleague and their work tormented him. In the end, he chose what must have felt like a compromise to him. He turned over the experiment's objectives and data to Count Boris. The reality is he shouldn't have trusted anyone. A drowning man will clutch a straw, yet that straw is also the very thing that could end up killing him. Count didn't protect the scientists, he just protected Sergei and allowed the military to carry out an attack, then turn into a massacre. The Count didn't have the power to protect the scientists. He could barely even hold his own head up in the presence of the military's top brass. Even though the military and nobility lost much of their influence after the Great Rebellion, that didn't change the fact his family was new money. They bought their noble status from another family. Sergei managed to save his children. The price he had to pay was to watch the murder of all of his colleagues in the sarcophagus. After all the bodies were removed and blood cleaned up, the new lab was set up for Sergei, built on top of his crumbling mentality. Needless to say, he never again produced anything meaningful with his research, and with the loss of all their distinguished, albeit overly honest, scientists, Ursa's research on the device ended up in quite the mire. Well, yeah, they took out all their talent, so of course they don't have anyone left who can actually produce any results. After that, everyone simply forgot about the place. No one cared. Nothing could be changed. After the secret police and garrison packed their bags, the Count and Sergei had the place sealed. The whole process was uneventful too. The equipment was running, the energy just kept flowing, perhaps powering the city even. Sergei's service and sacrifice, the Count nominated him to the position of the council secretary. Oh, and this happened after Sergei's son, Alex, was formed with affected and exiled. The Count finally had the power to stand up against the military. The factories, big and small, began to spring up across the core city. The Fourth Army no longer had him under their thumb. All they had to do was watch Chernobog leave its circle of influence. In the many years since Chernobog began its operations, Count Boris also managed to make an enemy of Group Grand Duke Baikal, one of the advisors of the Third Army and the biggest beneficiary of the refinery, thanks to disputes over the prices of raw material. Sheesh, I forgot, Calcid is even more wordy than I am, and that is no small feat, I'll tell you that much. Grand Duke ordered several clandestine attacks, but none of the attempts were able to shake the city. It had already become one of Ursus's most important cities. The Count then arranged matters so the military was not allowed to garrison Chernobog, so the armies could only do as the Emperor told them and stationed in the city's surroundings to defend it, to keep a watchful eye on the place, so to speak. What's more, Chernobog is not bound by military and nobility's rules. One after another, copycat cities began to emerge. The desire for minerals and products drove up the masses to seek out better ways. Instead of being mere slaves that reek of filth and blood, they wanted to become slaves of a higher purpose. And that's why Chernobog fell? Not completely. I personally think the moment the scientists, my students, died at the hands of Ursa's greed, Chernobog was doomed to fall. But be that as it may, I never used that as an excuse to forgive myself. Now, thanks to everyone's kindness and fortitude, here's something I considered. Suppose it was used for the benefit of others, suppose it was to provide us a different path. Ursa's scientists could use it for the greater good, though I see how things would have turned out. The person I used to be would never have arrived at that conclusion. It would just lead to the deaths of even more people. No matter how magnificent everything may seem in the beginning, in this evil world, our benevolence will always be twisted into something else. In other words, Doctor, I was the one who sent them to the slaughterhouse. I did nothing except stand there and watch them die. And all happened because a place I presumed the path would take us was a place I dreamt out of immaturity. It's a dream that will never come true in the world we live in. All because they were all too kind. What did you want to do? Are you sure you want to know? It's not something one would normally cover as part of a doctor's responsibilities. I'm sure you are well aware I am more than just a doctor. Yeah, I can see you don't truly want to know. You're merely curious. Once you know the answer, you'll only come to regret it. I don't want you to regret this, at least not yet. All I'll say is you are much better at handling these things than I was. You don't want to tell me? I have lots of questions that I don't want to answer. It's true, I'll admit it was never my intention to fulfill Ilia's final wishes like this. So much blood was spilled, so many lives were lost, and it turns out the very last thing I do to remedy all this is what I should have done from the very beginning. We were capable of doing that. Why didn't you do this to help them in the first place? Because I didn't know them, because I anticipated a very different ending. Doctor, there are people who inflict violence and send others to the gallows merely because they don't know the other person. A person can kill another without remorse simply because they don't know a thing about them. If we knew everything about these people, would we improve in any way? Or would we disregard our actions and judge them as stringently as we can merely because they have more of an identity now? Would we determine guilt and innocence based solely on identity? Because they're rich or poor, normal or infected, Ursus Lungman, from city or countryside? A lot to think about, that's for sure. Have you ever considered why they're all infected the Rhodes Island? Why all the infected Rhodes Island taken are from cities, from well-off families, or decent education? You have to admit, there are infected out there who live in the wilderness, away from civilization. Others live in far-off places with no way to communicate with cities. Then there are those who live off in the streets and back alleys, just trying to survive one day or the next. None of them have ever heard of Rhodes Island. Say nothing of those other infected oriented pharmaceutical medical companies. Yeah, if I remember right, Rhine Labs is kind of like Rhodes Island. They also hope to find a cure for neuropathy and take in operators of their own, but they're also a bit more mad science-y, which, given Calcid on our team here, that has to really say something. This is the reality we are in. They didn't want to resort to violence, they just never had a chance to learn what else they could do. In the past, many people worship the power of violence because of the violence others inflict upon them. Violence also works, so they used it on those around them, and that worked on other people as well. Therefore, it became a tool. They don't understand life without it, and their lives will always be ruled by pain and hatred. Ah, yes, the circle of hate, the cycle of violence. It isn't a plow. The road traveled by violence will always remain a barren land. The infected who was held in the sarcophagus got warped to the monstrosity. Do you think he's evil? Were we born evil? Was the power and violence that created the evil in humans, or was it the evil humans created those tools to do harm? We don't have the right to judge others. No one has that. To recognize the goodness, do something good. To recognize the evil, bad evil, and then win. This is pretty wordy. What's this? Yeah, she's gonna go on for quite a bit before we get here. Oh, but Dr. Alex, if you know me, you know that there are certain ways need to be done by someone. These are definitely not reasonable, fair behaviors, and not something you just carry out and claim to have the moral high ground. No matter the motive, we have to remember that what we're doing is doing harm. You're right. All the stuff you just said goes way beyond a doctor's responsibilities, although technically I believe the player character just has a PhD. They're not medical doctor like Calcid is. That's why I'm not looking forward to getting your approval on anything I do. Convincing you of anything is Amiya's job, not mine, and that's because I've done a lot of things to be left unknown, should never again be attempted by anyone, and should never be forgotten. In the foreseeable future, there's a lot of decisions lying ahead of you. Yes, you, not me. A lot of people still have high hopes for you. Me, not so much. My excuses will always just be mine. Your actions will be your actions. Hope to see you offer the world a chance to change, just like many kind-hearted people for you did. Is it really okay to just let Ursus get their hands on this machine again? If they are truly to reactivate it, I'm now willing to believe it will be only reactivated by someone who's kind in nature. I'm willing to believe the future is in the hands of those who seek to truly change this world. What if everything starts tending towards the worst-case scenario you envisioned in the beginning? Well, ironically, with how bad a place this world is, well, we definitely aren't on the good side. If that's how things actually turn out, then it doesn't matter how much we put in, how many catastrophes we stop. That kind of future will be inevitable. It isn't realistic to expect that immortality and evil can be defeated easily. If what you want is to destroy civilization in an instant and live a life tormented by pain, that's definitely doable, and you should think about it. At any rate, right now, there's something we can do. My throat is really dry right now. I need to get a drink. One moment, please, while I get a sip of my soda here. That's a bit, feels a lot better. The disinfection is almost complete. After that, once we have our tracks taken care of, Ursus won't have anything on us. Let's go back on me up right now. I suppose if things aren't looking too bad, the whole Chernobog incident will already be over by the time we make it to the command tower, basically just heading there to regroup with our employees. As for what happened here, everything, I'll try my best to end this journey of suffering, just like what you wanted me to do earlier. That's right, Doctor, there's certain things only you can decide. With the dust of the battle settled, you wander around the sarcophagus. A strange sense of familiarity and sadness wells up in your heart. You look at the operators, and it strikes you with a sense of unfamiliarity. After all, you don't know most of them. The operators wrap up their work and begin to leave. Calcent notices you haven't followed and approached you. Is there something still on your mind? You talked a lot about this, but nothing about me. Right, I'd rather you be the one to broach the subject. Why do I wake up here, and what's the second thing we had to do with you up here? Actually, this is the reason I escorted you here. Oh, stupid spider, the second time they tried to... Oh, dang. Yeah, spiders, do that. There's a few things Amiya doesn't want me to tell you, but this may be our last chance. Before we have the sarcophagus buried, we need to pluck these fragments of truth from your brain. Doctor, 3 years ago, with a heavily injured you in tow, I came back to this long-forgotten place and placed you in this device. This can heal your pain and only your pain. That's all you can tell me? That's as detailed as I could possibly explain it. That infected creature we encountered earlier looked bizarre, didn't it? That wasn't how he used to look. From this I can conclude that before he became that creature, infected enters the sarcophagus, and that was how it was activated. Perhaps you saw the footage of Amiya taking you out. That prompted him to mess with it, and one way or another he got inside. That shouldn't have happened. That was originally designed to heal its operator, but this infected got inside, and that's how disaster struck. You saw the end result yourself. The creature wasn't a product of nature. The sarcophagus wasn't designed to handle it. Transformation was entirely a man-made process. Oh, so basically the thing that healed us ruined it. Oh my. Yet you received treatment in the sarcophagus. The device reacted to you in two completely different ways. You're trying to say the infected eye are Of course, Doctor, the two of you couldn't be any more different. Is there anyone out there like us? Is there anyone out there like you? Perhaps this machine can only cure people like you and not the infected. Perhaps this machine forces its patients to take on their oldest aspects. Perhaps I'm the only one who's even allowed to operate it. In any case, you survived. As for him, infected it used to be. He became the source of the herd. That's right, this world is a big place. No one's like anyone else. You, I, Amiya, him. All of us are different in the point of view. You're nothing like me. You can understand me, you. Lives around us have been lost. How many tragedies are powerless to have occurred? My students not studying this because they were trying to create a better place? Why must he agree to bring about so many meaningless deaths? Is that the whole reason this world was created? Is fate manipulating all of us? I belong here. I see. Is it too late for me to convince you to turn back? I don't know, though. Should I even do that? You might just be acting, but should I be happy about what you said? Nonetheless, I need to remind you, Doctor, this decision won't be easy. Doctor, in this vast world, will be a place where you belong. You're bound to this world by all sorts of things, Doctor. Our daily lives are full of agony and may not even have any meaning, yet once we start going forward, the traces of our journey will always be there beneath our feet whenever we look back. A bright, smooth road is easy to walk. A dark, bumpy road is difficult to read, difficult to tread. Even so, let be scientists or lead operators. All of them are doing their best to limp forward step by step, faced by pain. They already escaped from much of their burdens. Some of us are fragile and weak. Yeah, Kalsa just really waxing poetic here. Sorry, but... Dang. I cover VNs on this channel, I get less dialogue from some characters than this. But still, that's the Calcit we all know and love. Even so, we can yet make our own decisions. You may be right, Doctor. I'm telling you all this mostly out of responsibility because of a promise I made, and also because I have high hopes for the future. I have high hopes for you, and Doctor, I know I tend to act hostile, but I hope you won't let it get to you. I'll try my best to hold back. It's probably best not to say anything right now. My attitude stems from what I remember about you. Your memories may have been erased, but there's nothing wrong with mine. This here is a life function restoration device for home use. It shouldn't have a function like that. Perhaps machine malfunctioned, or maybe your acting really is impeccable. Regardless, you're innocent on the surface only because you've lost your memories. Doctor, don't feel uncomfortable because I'm about to tell you. This is once I'll let my emotions feel free. Oh, thank you for the follow, Pixel. As I mentioned, I play just about anything here, so feel free to drop by anytime a game catches your eye. If I could, would settle my score with you and take my revenge. What? When you regain your memories, you'll have an opportunity to scrutinize the choices you made. Even if you repent your sins and your memories really are lost forever, you cannot change the way I see you. I won't allow the seeds of hatred inside me to grow, but I have the right to keep them there. I have the right to remain furious. Still, I don't even know who I should direct my anger at anymore. What did I do before? I don't think if you're the same person. If I did, I wouldn't even be talking to you. I'd rather you... I have no idea why Teresa had so much faith in you. Who's that? She was my friend and partner. Teresa died 3 years ago. I lost her forever. You want to know the truth, Doctor? Yes. Regardless of what you think, I brought you here to tell you the truth. Recalcitrant IS-2? Ooh, nice. Whenever I manage to get mine, it does help a lot, but unfortunately I still suck in integrated strategy, so it's probably going to be a while before I can really get everything going. Regardless of what you think, I brought you to tell you the truth. Neither of us can escape our past. Doctor, there used to be someone else who had your body. There's blood on those hands. Teresa's blood. The previous you killed Teresa, and she was your friend as well. What? What irks me most is you lost all your memories when you were put in there, yet that doesn't change the truth. The truth has nothing to do with you one bit. That's unfortunate for both of us. Even though I can't hurt you, I want you to remember this. Teresa trusted you, Amiya still does, but I do not. What happened? I won't tell you. That question isn't for me to answer, otherwise I'm afraid I might end up placing a curse on you. So who am I right now? You are the Doctor, the one everyone calls Doctor, just a soul in this vast world. This is all really hard to believe. If I give you an answer, will you accept that right away? You reject my contempt for you from the bottom of your heart, so I'll spare you the colorful answers and truths. I won't ask you to trust me, I also won't tell you more about the truth. My bitterness will twist my narrative. Oh yeah, it's hard to tell a story like that and not to have your own personal biases get in the way, even if you try to be objective, so I can see where Calcit's coming from here. Therefore, aside from the keys you need to unlock the whole picture, aside from those basic truths, I won't tell you everything. You can see it for yourself, judge it for yourself, search for yourself. As long as someone believes in you, you'll find yourself once more. Just what are you doing? I'm trying to protect you, just like I promised. I promise to protect both you and Amiya until the moment you breathe your last, Doctor. That's my responsibility. But I'll never stop hating you. I'm in no position to educate or criticize Rosemontis. After all, I might not be able to hold myself back. There was a similar scenery and conversation. There were different emotions during different eras, all of which are working together to bridge that large gap in your memories. Who am I? Who's this Doctor? Did you just remember? That's what I want to know. This isn't the first time this has happened. Something has crept into your mind. The sirens are blowing so thunderously you can't help but think it might be. It caused your eardrums to burst. Find you and your peers running as fast as you can through the corridor. Burrow inside a stone-cold machine, and you're hit by a drowsiness that interrupts consciousness. This is none too familiar. Yet no matter how much you try to pull away, your efforts to remain the past are futile. Until the moment you hear that voice, Doctor. Never thought I'd be the one who didn't want to let that go. You have to do this. It's the only way you'll get to live. Oh, with this, we won't ever get to meet again. I can't accept this. Won't give up. Doctor, the connection between us will transcend time and space. I'm sure of it. Even if the ocean boils away and the atmosphere vanishes, even if all the moons in the sky are pulled in the vortex, I'm sure we'll meet again at the end of our civilization. Once adorned by darkness, the brilliance, we'll meet again. I'll wait until that day comes. I promise you I will. Wait for me. You must wait for me as well. Doctor, don't forget about me. That must be Teresa. It can't be anyone else, I think. Doctor? Fragments in your mind reassemble before a name emerges in your mind. Priestess? Doctor? Calcit, who's Priestess? Oh my. The enemy's putting up way too much of a fight. Hey you, get your head down. How the hell did you even manage to squeeze all these people in here? We're almost to the last floor. The burning smell, I can smell it from here. Everyone out, I'll be fine for myself from here on out. Guess you don't think we're being much help? Well, I'm very helpful, but it's too risky to help me with this. You can spare us the sympathy. We're all grown-ups here. No, I'm not sympathizing. Operators, there's something I have to make clear. Without your help, I wouldn't have made this far. You go get him, Amiya. I sure as hell would like to sneak in a few drinks and at one of those more laid-back cities one of these days. Hell, maybe I'll share one with you. Definitely. Oh, this is Madam Chen's scabbard. It's full of scratches. Tallulah and Madam Chen let Madam Chen through on purpose. Oh no. Actually, maybe not. With how far she'd come, Madam Chen's not that easy to take down. Probably figured out that what it is she's looking for already. I'm sure other people will be at a complete loss when faced with a string of events, but Madam Chen's anger is about so much more than this. The object of her resentment. All of us resent it as well. Amy starts climbing up the stairs. She thinks back to the time when she shot Chen. There's the officers, and Amy can still vividly remember in her eyes. The moment her hand touches the scabbard, the scenery opens up before Amiya's eyes again. It's getting clearer and clearer. Well, nothing ever good ever comes out of going on a mission with you. 9, you're okay. I'm managing. I didn't expect to see you. Almost knocking on death's door, though. That bomb blew up right in front of me, you know. You were like yards away. It took a bite out of my abdomen. Sorry, but this really hurts, so bear with me. You've always been much better at putting a pain in me. 9, turn around. You take a look. I didn't know you had it in you to make demands of your superior officer. No way, you... Sorry, I couldn't protect you, Chen. My crystals blocked most of it, but shrapnel got through. I guess some of the shrapnel hit you, am I right? Let's take care of it now. You might still make it out of this. 9, don't tell me. What about you? I can't figure out what's going on with my body much better or faster than anyone, especially with my arts. I'm not getting these shrapnel out. I'm an LGD member. Let me go out with some pride. Just remember how I look from behind. Give everyone in the department my regards. And Wei, too. Send him my regards. Where you go? I'm definitely going to be infected with these wounds. Wherever infected usually go, that's where I'm going. 9, even if you're infected, that doesn't mean you have to leave. You've done so much for Lungman and the LGD. All of us know it in our hearts. They all know in their hearts how terrifying the infected are. Even this Originium... Let me guess. Forget, I have no idea who made it. It's about time you stop dreaming, Chen. Let me get one thing in. The boundary between the infected and normal folk isn't for you to decide, and not me either. That's for them to decide. I warned you about meddling in the affairs of the slums infected, and well, look where that got us. But we're ready to make headway. There's also a housing plan for the infected ready to be launched. Wouldn't you say we're in better shape than before? More than ready to treat all the infected fairly and equally. We will give Lungmen a fair treatment, regardless of whether they're infected or not, because they're all people of Lungmen. Sure, we may be ready, but is Lungmen ready? Are the masses ready? Will the General Chamber of Commerce vote for it? What do you think will happen if I tell them I'm infected? You can report your status after we accomplish all that. You're asking me to use my authority to conceal my status. How's that not corruption? I'd rather be exiled than do that. Yeah. Well, it would certainly be a convenient and useful way to simply, conceal the information. Holding back the information just means if it gets out early, then that's going to end up a lot worse than if she was open about it from the start. Yen Wu single-handedly built the LGD and we've kept it running and maintained with its integrity for so long. Department represents law and order. I won't allow it to be tainted. Besides, Chen, do you really think those who live a better life keep their apathy in check? Those who live in the slums mines face certain death? No, once you become infected, there's only one way the world's going to deal with you. All of them die, and as long as they die in the same way and we burn the bodies the same, there isn't anything that sets us apart from one another. I won't ask for anyone's forgiveness. My infected head count is well over 100. It's not karma that turned me into infected myself. It's just how the world works. And the list of ways it handles people like us goes on and on. It's almost like it gets a bonus each time it comes up with a new way to mess with us. Why? Nine, I thought you were confident about Lungwin's future. Confident? So you guys take how rude I am for confidence. Love the city. When I had nowhere else to go, it took me in, but deep down in my heart, I know there isn't anywhere in the world that truly accepts the infected. I may love it here. That doesn't mean I'm confident about it all. I know it a bit too well. I know what's worthwhile and what's a waste of time. I don't just chill in my office and act all high and mighty. I pound the beat with you guys. I do that not because I try to look friendly to the citizens or want to show off. The only reason I'm here is because Lungman needs me. Wei is willing to take the infected in for one reason and one only. He thinks the problems they infected bring are nothing compared to the problems Lungman faced or will face. Those heads will roll once these... Whose heads do you think will roll once these problems are all taken care of? Even if Wei doesn't, what about the city? What about the merchants and the masses, the workmen and the cops? Lungman can take in the infected. Lungman isn't just theirs, it's ours as well. What does it matter if they're infected? Can't. No, we're all the same. We're infected, we can be seen as equals. Remember, you said it yourself. Let me fix that for you then. Wait, Yen Wu treats you like a jewel, and your life here in Lungman's a whole other level. I don't deny your efforts and sacrifice, Chen. You're one of the finest members I've ever seen, but I have to warn you, you are not like them. No, I'm not working in Lungman for prestige. I'm part of the LGD, part of Lungman. We're part of blood, sweat, and tears in the city, and that's people are harsh, but it will come to accept everyone in the end. It will, it's improving. 9, even for infected, we're still part of Lungman. Lungman's a city for all people, that's how it should be. If it isn't right now, we'll make it so. If you're not seen enough, then prove it to me. You want to prove we belong here, then do it. I will. Be quick about it, I may not have that much time left with me. If you run into a few situations like this, just let Wei know, he'll take care of it. Keep in touch. Feel free to call if something comes up. Oh, and tell Hoshiguma I said to keep an eye on you, lest you do something dumb. Feel free to forget what I just said, I'm sure you will, but make sure to tell her that before you do. Stupid, what's stupid? By example, what's that turn me into? Sympathize with the others, what does that ever help me understand? Or give up, am I lost because of that? Now that we finally meet again, what can I actually do anyway? What can I do? Wasn't that decided years ago? Madam Chen, wait for me. You've been very brave to do all this, but still too soon to jump to conclusions. Let me take a look too, Madam Chen. I want to know what she's done. I'll see the truth. What the kind of person Tallulah has become. What I want to know is exactly who this person Reunion's been following. As though she can already hear Chen's roar and Tallulah's laughter, she's finally come to understand the way Chen thinks. You know it's a trap, so why are you here? I'm here because I have to figure out whether this is really a trap. It's the only way I can prove you're beyond redemption. And if I tell you it is, in that case, it's not going to weigh us down the tiniest bit when we finally set you free from all this. But I'm the one who does the honors to someone else. If you got any regrets, save them for your own funeral. Pattern of the 10 rings begins to emit a bright, vivid glow. Ah, right. Amiya's 10 rings, which protects her from all human magecraft. In that case, when do I need to do this? When do you think it's the right time? We need new weapons to take on new enemies. We need firm principles to take on a great evil. In the past, Amiya would find herself in a fluster trying to remove herself from the ring's restraint, but not now. Clouds splitting, they faced each other. As a sword of Stratus rent, one stood fast. The idea of running away probably hasn't even crossed Chen's mind, has it? Both Chen herself and Amiya would probably answer no when asked this question. Chen's tried to run away far too many times, but she stopped herself. Chen's memories and emotions. Oh, this is some really good music, actually. Each and every time she changed, all that came from her determination. To wield the swords, to have firm conviction. Chen has seen ups and downs through her journey. There were moments she struggled on her belief. Chen did not allow herself to stay depressed. This can also be seen with her sword. Chen has made up her mind. Amiya quietly takes all this to heart. Just the memory she saw Chen are flowing into her heart. The warmth left the scabbard is slowly fading away. Amiya's being calmer than she's ever been. She's made her decision. She will take off this ring. She wants to see the truth. A sea of flames burn fiercely before her eyes. In time, she's going to close her eyes. She'll bear witness to everything that happens to these sisters. Now, Chin is standing before Tallulah. Her swords hold steady in the air. The Draco's flames are extinguished the moment they graze the blade, as though swallow the blazing flames whole. The two sisters, blood-related, are ready to settle their scores.
Flawless victory! I was pretty good, wasn't I, Doctor?
Well, it feels nice to have... Well, we've gotten quite a bit of story progression, and challenge mode. What's the challenge mode here? Toxic Death from Mephisto the Singer. Oh, ouch. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Not right now, anyways. I wish to make a wager with you. JTA. Okay, so this is the one you need Amiya for. Oh, this is a fixed scenario. Alright, let's see it. Here we are. You don't need to bother yourself with this, Tallulah. The tractor's been missing for months, so probably stop at the patrol unit. Not much we can do about it. Even if all we can do is find their bodies, we'll at least be giving their families some closure. The intel gave us correct. There should be an area where they go missing. Tallulah, snap out of it. Everything they said is a load of horseshit. I'm fine. They're just a bunch of heartless bastards. Don't let it get to you. None of them had the willpower to keep going. Leave the tundra. They fought so many battles with you, and they thought you a coward. Most fearless soldier among us. Tallulah, trust me, all of us follow you. Captain Buldocusty used to be an Ursus officer, but we all know he's the most steadfast man we have, and all of us trust him. Not necessarily. He's strong, too strong, stubborn too. People who didn't trust him are just afraid to speak up. It only takes a brief moment for trust to completely crumble. If all the people who followed Patriot died one day, who would be the ones that come after them be just as steadfast? Rumors can destroy us. Before they are rumors, those who are innocent are innocent. Those who are skeptical of others are also innocent. But no one's innocent once rumors begin to spread. What does your upbringing have to do with anything? You've done so much for all of us. It's fine, calm down. Besides, I haven't really done that much. Come on, don't say that. Are you really gonna go by yourself? House has been tagging along with those crossbow guys recently. He's really getting the hang of it. If the guerrillas aren't around, he could bring them with. Protecting the infected traveling with us is top priority. We aren't fighting this war just for a war's sake. Our goal is to help our fellow men survive. Don't put the cart before the horse. Protecting them is our top priority. Know this by heart and make sure everyone does as well. Well, Godspeed. Don't worry, it's just negotiating with locals. Everything will be fine. At a nearby village. Before, I probably would just run inside and start asking questions right away. I wonder when I became like this. When did I become like this? Hiding and sneak around, but just being suspicious and cautious. But this is practically antagonizing everyone now. Not even sure if the unexpected things I'm worried about or a repeat of those tragedies. What a rundown place. Looks like they don't have much harvest this year. Everyone looks so tired. Weird, it should have been a while since the last time the village was settled, but there's a lot of tractor marks in the entrance. Scraps at the assembly workshop. I don't think they're from the village's old tractors. Authentication box is gone. If the vehicle belonged to the village, there's no reason to take that out. Getting dark. I should look at the junkyard. Interesting. Interesting. This is weird. There's your household garbage. There isn't much else. No equipment for processing spent originium. No, if not the junkyard, then where? It's winter. So there should be wheat straws and warming grass husks. Did they run the food problems? No, it's not right. They burned them. I need to check out the granary. What's this? What happened here? There's originium residue all over, and the ground's dug up. Claw marks on the granary's door. Ah! Is there something inside? Who's there? Blue turns around. She finds the nurse's farmer standing with his guard up. The farmer notices Tallulah's dress sits chill down. Oh, sheesh, what's the matter with you? Coming inside the village without saying a word? Haven't seen you before. Are you with the gendarmerie? You aren't here for the rent, are you? We already paid our tax. Well, the taxman took our food while he was at it. There's not much more we could pony up. Here, since I'm investigating the infected. Oh, infected? We don't have any here. Has any passed by? No. We received a message. I know there's been infected here. You know, it's good for you. Spill it. Can't fool you. Scumbags. They said no one was passing. They were passing through here. So they are here. Damn right. They had those scary weapons. Scared the life out of us. We didn't have the guts to go against them, so we didn't try to. After that, they took all the food. Please, you have to get them. Those criminals for us. It's not right. Oh, how dare you say that? Huh? What's the matter with you, ma'am? Heard their cries. Heard them crying for help. Calling at the door. What are you talking about? You right in the head? Hey, over here. Have you seen her? Where's she from? I haven't even heard an accent like that. She doesn't have a mask on. She was here to investigate. She'd be decked out in protective equipment. Who are you? Answer me. Infected, huh? Like the people you murdered, I'm an infected. Done nothing wrong. You locked them in here, you let them die here. What are we supposed to do? We don't have food left for ourselves. You could have chased them away and never allowed them in. You could have just attacked outright and killed them. I wouldn't be complaining right now. But you tricked them. You lured them into the empty storehouse, locked them in and starved them to death. They were hungry. They couldn't even use their magic. They were here only to panhandle. They weren't here to attack you. They didn't even have the strength to fight back. They're just normal people. Normal? Don't make me laugh. Who are you to reason with me? Kept the storehouse locked until the originium crystal stabilized, and he disposed the bodies with the dried up originium. They had families, friends, places they wanted to be. There's not even anything left of them. They often die and leave no traces of their existence. It happens way too often. Now there isn't even a way to find out where their ashes have gone. What are we supposed to do? It's not like we got much to feed ourselves. Then why'd you lie to them? What are you talking about? How could we have known what was going to happen? What were we supposed to do? That's just an excuse. You saw them starving. You knew they had no weapons to defend themselves with. You did this because it was convenient. Beginning, even if they weren't infected, you would have done the same thing, wouldn't you? Get rid of her, get the sentries. You'll come to see these great lands you threw yourself to do not want to. No, no! Then what do you want? Look, it's all in the past. We'll even apologize. We can pretend you've never been here, just like all the other folks who never here. All you have to do is walk away. Who do you even think they were? Whatever you are, that's what we're. Thought them weak. In that case, that makes me a weakling who knows not how to fight back. Let's get out of here already. We don't want any trouble. They were here begging. I'm afraid you already. What do you mean you don't want trouble? You already made trouble, buddy. That's what she's getting here. That's what she's getting at. See your thoughts or actions become non-existent. No. You're despicable. There'll be no peace in this world while people like you still walk it. Spike patrols haven't been to your village in 3 years. The noble family that controlled the settlements here died long ago in the Great Rebellion. Everything teetered on the edge of chaos, and your village was left untended for years. And yet you killed those people, even though you had nothing to gain from their deaths. If you had even a tiny bit of kindness, and you would have let them go. The whole village heard their cries, but none of you did anything. Until they died, one after another. So any decency, you wouldn't have done anything this wretched. I hate you? Okay, and we're starting to see now where Tallulah truly snapped. You'll see them spurn all you revered, your life, your dignity, your philosophy, void of all significance. No! Oh dear. Ire flowing wilderward. We have 10 lives. 8 enemies. Oh. Yeah, she's pissed. This is not going to end well for any of these people. This is a slaughter, but at the same time... Oh, they're classified as enemies in this case. Yeah, there's nowhere for them to run. She came out of the only escape route. Oh, wow. And she just vanishes. Yeah, I had a feeling something like this was coming. Well, we now have everything. The story of how Tallulah started a reunion, how she gathered her allies, and how she finally snapped and lost her sanity. Fire, fire burns, help! Daddy! What's going on? Quick, get out of here! My son, my soul. Ah, the fire is too strong. You wretch, if I die here, curse you, Emperor, beseech you, lay down a divine punishment. There's no turning back anymore. Besides Tallulah, no one else knows of the events that transpired here. Yeah, I didn't spare any of them. Not just the men, but the women and children as well. And everything that occurred after is as good as public knowledge. Should you recognize me, should you understood me, should you realize the sort of world you stood in, Ursus's future from then on will be in your hands. Amiya opens her eyes. Though her tears are welling up in her eyes, she's already seen it all. What's a Cottis doing here? Amiya, watch out! I do like some of these, pure story scenes, like this one and the one with Frost Nova. They actually do quite a bit. I think I've mentioned in previous streams, but I like when, the game, mixes the story and gameplay like that. Here we are. JT2. I believe I was told this is the one that I need to have Amiya for, so let's, bring her in. Guess I can bring her default for this one.
Got it.
This should be sufficient. Actually, maybe I should have brought Sog instead of Myrtle. Well, it doesn't matter. Getting the fun part. Ah! Here we go. The Duel of the Dragons. Don't even think of touching her. Do you intend to protect her, Chen? This traitor the infected, this execution of our kin. I'm disappointed. How shameful you'd even turn your sword upon me. Amiya, what are you doing here? Watch out, Tallulah's inherited all that is Kashi. She's no longer the innocent girl who was trapped in Lungmen. Madam Chen, this is not right. She's not just the successor. I'll tear off its disguise. Wait, what disguise? You're that Cottis from Rhodes Island. Where's Bolokasti? Did you test your metal against his Hailbird, or did you just see his mangled corpse? How could you talk about him like that? Oh, I'm asking with the utmost respect. I'm merely asking the truth. He never took off his helmet, did he? His helmet hides the exposed grayish white skull of a Wendigo Sarkas. If the people were to see his true appearance, surely they'd be frightened out of his wits. Yet their hate and zeal would drive them onwards. The force of the crowd would have broken through the guerrillas' defensive line. Bolokasti would not have allowed shield guards to attack a single civilian. They're not spies, after all. He would have been torn to pieces by the raging mob. He would have allowed himself to fall to their rage and ignorance, just as he knew that this day would arrive, as he decided to give up and surrender his humanity. Since you appeared here, that could only mean one thing. Bolokasti is dead. Tell me, how did he choose to die? He was a noble warrior, so I'd like to know how you met his end. I'm afraid I killed him. It was me. You? What sort of firepower do you have at your disposal? Even so, you've appeared here all by yourself, just like my pitiful sister. The last person that said you could kill me is now dead. I now have nothing left to worry about. Should I congratulate you, slaughter of my kin? Amiya, don't fall for her tricks. She's already played many on me. Don't believe a single word she says, even if she's telling the truth. I know Madam Chell. She wants to kill you. The Tallulah standing before us holds some untainted strands of memory deep within her heart. You are her only remaining link to her past. What are you talking about? What are you looking at? What do you wish to see? You can't stop me. Are you telling the truth? Why else would she challenge you to a fight? Tallulah will only truly die when she kills you with her own two hands. You've stopped making any sense. Madam Chan, the Tallulah in front of you is not completely dead yet. This tyrant is still not yet in fully control of her mind. Tell me more, Cottis. Tell me about this outdated chicanery of yours, as absurd as it may be. You should have died when Tallulah stabbed you. You should be gone. Mind-reading, Rabbit. I've never considered this. Even if you can read minds, you should not know these things. Where did you hear of them? Am I reading your mind? You've always bragged about being able to protect yourself completely using your psychic originium arts, Duke of Kashi. It was your pride as your political opponents remained helpless against it. All I see are memories. I have no idea what you're thinking about right now, but I can feel your emotions. I glimpsed a secret within your memories. I saw a curse that haunts your body this day. You are not truly Tallulah. I suggest you look out for your own skin before jumping to conclusions. Amiya, don't just stand there. Avoid the fire. You withstood it? Not for long. Surprised too, are you not? She did once before. The exact same black lines back at Chernabog. How much longer can you hold on? Your warriors have fallen. Were their sacrifices for nothing? Will you willingly die meaninglessly to my flames today? How is it? Can you still peep on others' thoughts while desperately casting your arts? Such a dirty trick. It reminds me of what? Go at it carefully. Which is your real Originium Arts power? Bolokasti dying by your hand. What kind of joke is that? Amiya, I'll clear a path through the remaining flames. Fall back and jump to the right as far as you can. Right. Everything's falling apart up here. Thank you, Madam Chen. Strange, Amiya. Tallulah seems very surprised by you. Madam Chen, that's not the least of it. Please don't let your guard down no matter what happens next. I'll try my best. I don't think there's anything more important than both our lives, nor anything more shocking than the fate of Lungmen. Called Amiya. Goddess, if I were to ask you to build me an illusion that would entrance me forever, would you refuse? Would you hold back and avoid using this kind of power? I won't answer to you. Your expression and hesitation betray your thoughts, self-proclaimed kind goddess. Hopefully I muted the mic in time for that sneeze. I've never said that. Your actions speak louder than words, false infected warrior. Black arts absorb memories but do not differentiate between consciousness. Not a unilateral extraction, rather proliferation acquisition that goes both ways. How can this be? What is this? Can you answer me? Have the Sarkaz of Kazdello gone mad? Devil Sarkaz, a lord of a different race? Was the previous Lord of Fiends either an idiot or a lunatic? I cannot even remember its name. It seems the extinction of the Sarkaz is indeed imminent. Oh, mercenary W, the Sarkaz behind them. That's how it is, that's how it is. The Goddess Lord of Fiends. I mean, to be honest, I'm not that shocked. I'm quite lost, actually. Do you believe what she's saying, Madam Chen? Does that even matter? I believe the choice is yours, but these facts wouldn't change your mind anyways. Correct. In fact, I think she's trying to buy time until we suffocate. We're trying to buy time too. Where are your deputies, the nobles of your royal court, your citizens? Who else did you bring? That ghoul that's been rotting for several centuries? The pink bastard who can't bear the slightest bit of light? Did you personally take care of Delicacy, or did someone do it for you? You cannot do it, young false Lord of Fiends. You cannot take control of them in their royal court. You're not a real Lord of Fiends. You're not even a Sarkaz. You're just a little goddess, a little bunny. Tallulah, question mark. You don't have the power to fight against your enemy. Should you try, you'd be slowly eradicated. Alternatively, you're just the newest toy of the Sarkaz rulers. Do you feel sadness at being a test subject? Immature rabbit. You're an outsider. You cannot do anything but wait for others to take your life as the symbol of the king, and with it, your whole being. I'll do that for you. I'll help you depart this world without the slightest trace of pain. Deathless black snake, are you afraid? What? You said a lot, Duke of Kashi. Yeah, I was getting the feeling that's the case. Apparently the Duke is somehow using her body. Yet, if your life was really as long as the legend foretold, if the dread you showed from time to time was not your performance, I believe I understand. Kashi, I mean, is that true? If the one in front of you is Tallulah, and at the same time Kashi, my intuition's not wrong. You fought the Sarkaz in the past, Duke of Kashi. You're not afraid of me. You fear me. Interesting. However, the time for jokes is over. I need some time to clean up the current act. This play has greatly exceeded expectations. For now, I'll have to ask you to leave the stage. I never expected you to play such a large role. I've underestimated you. You can feel my dread. That only means your arts are too shallow. I feel whatever I wish to feel. Even if I'm unable to shield my memories, emotions are still specially mine. You're not lying, and that proves my point. You right now is not completely Tallulah. Should I give you some more time, that you may dig out some other truth from my mind? Yet my past is just that, and only be that. You cannot prove anything. My mastery over such thoughts is such that none have ever tried to comprehend them have ever succeeded. Yet you did not see what I want. Did you see? You're honest. You did not lie. You can only feel emotions and backtrack among memories. You cannot see my actual thoughts. But let me warn you, you don't know me. You don't know Tallulah. All that you've said is built upon a hypothesis. You fundamentally cannot comprehend me. How would you know who I am? Tallulah, say, Kashi, I don't care who you are. No matter who you are, no, right, you're Tallulah. It was Kashi that created you. Tallulah, you're not touching a single strand of her hair. How brave you are, Chen, to point a sword at your own relative over an outsider. No matter who it is by my side, Tallulah, a good person would never strike at my friends to get at me. Oh, Chen, you've not seen the northern plains of Ursus. You're just like a delicate flower grown in a greenhouse. You haven't seen how cruel this world can be. You know what changed me. You don't know what changed me to become like this. Of course I know. How would I not? I want to know everything that's... Of course, I want to know. How would I not? I want to know everything that's happened to you. I want you to tell me yourself. Then why not come to my side right now, Chen? I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to harm you again. Ha! You got it all wrong. The reason I even want to know is so I can prevent such things from happening ever again. I want to know so I can judge your actions, figure your motives, compare your deeds. I want to know so I can see clearly what you want to do, how you want to do it, how far you want to go with it. I want to know so I can see the extent of your sins. As for you, Tallulah, what's done is done. Despite my wishes, you've grown to become as you are now. You too, Chen. You've become what you've become now saddens me. Yeah, she's... Even if she's not completely cache, she's talking exactly the way he did. My actions sadden you. Reunion invaded my city, killed my friends, harmed countless citizens, and decimated so many infected. Who's saddening who? I watched as Reunion members helped each other at Lungmen, willing to sacrifice themselves for the sake of comrades. Even in the wilderness, they've nowhere to go. Who's saddening who? You are their enemy. You are there who stopped my people. You prevented them from taking Lungmen. Sorry, Tallulah, I wouldn't believe you. You said that sending them off to die in Lungmen wasn't just a way to get this moment and to here with me. You never believed anything I said, Chen. You've never trusted me. You asked if I knew Tallulah, and I do. You asked if I believed Tallulah. Of course I do. That's why I came here of my own free will, to verify this thought of mine. But I did not come here to prove your innocence. Definitely not. Why, did you just say you trust me? Right now, we're both infected. Can't we stand together? Isn't our reunion supposed to be something happy? Your thoughts are shaking. Don't change the topic. You're the leader of a reunion. I need proof, judgment, verification. The LGD officer Chen, now President Chen. I'm not trying to prove that you are innocent. No, how could I? Tallulah of the past, excuse me? No matter what caused you to become like this, since when could we look at Tallulah's two distinct halves? It's because I knew you in the past that I want to understand even more. Who and what turned you into this? The pain, you're suffering, you've expected, the truth behind your father's death, your hate towards Wei and Wu. I understand all of that. Maybe they even pushed you down this road. But what was it that caused you to become someone so cruel? What was it that turned you into a vanguard of the Earth's invasion? Did you deceive your own people too, Tallulah? You're judging me. You've abandoned everything to come here. Just tell me off. Was it Wei and Wu turned you into such a blind, cold-blooded person? Shouldn't you be asking the reason behind my actions? No, that can wait for later. I can reconstruct the flow of events from the garbage heap. I came to fulfill my duty. If you weren't responsible for those, it would fire a flare. It wouldn't matter even if you killed me. I'd still be able to prove that you didn't deserve death. But if you're conspiring to do harm, then we'll gladly give up our lives to stop you. I want to see what extent you're wrong. Taking life without trial? That's murder, and the city's guilty of murdering the infected. Right now, I see all clearly. My sword, my thoughts, the ideas, they're all on you. As for the past, let it remain there. The past will never return. I'll never forgive a schemer who toys with lies, no matter who they are. You cannot break the law with impunity. You wish to cut your ties with me, Chen. It's pointless trying to taunt me. Feel free to guilt me or whatever. This is who I am, a woman of my word. You're the one who's forgotten all of this. Amiya, I won't ask you what else you need to prepare. Instead, what do you want me to do? Madam Chen, I need a bit more time. How long? 3 minutes at most. Then I'll give you at least 3 minutes. This time, we're really fighting shoulder to shoulder, Amiya. It's the two of us. We're carrying on the burden of countless lives, you know as well as I. 3 minutes. The next 3 you'll not die, I guarantee it. Once we're done, I hope you give me the proper explanation. You have to help me understand exactly what my sister's become. Also, I want to know if we'll be able to face this thing's true nature in the end, instead of just the empty shell and theatrical streak. I'll accept the outcome no matter what it is. Alright, I promise, Chen, and Madam Chen, and thank you for your perseverance. I'll believe when I see it. Tallulah, your actions are words, I've been watching. I'm relying on you, Madam Chen. Goddess, I don't know how you've manipulated my sister's thoughts or what sort of dirty deals you have. Is the shadow controlling you and the master behind W the same person? Don't bother answering. I need my flames to teach you a lesson. You should not have attached yourself to the Sarkaz. You should have not used their power to disgrace the relationship between my sister and me. Dirty deeds and sinful past are acceptable. The generosity and benevolence of one's country would still be willing to accept you in your repentance. Yet to go along with sarcasm, fallen with Kazdel. Both you and the one who raised you should be exiled forevermore, to roam aimlessly in wastelands, thirsty without hope of water, hungry without dreams of food, eaten alive by the maggots you struggle with, yet unable to find peace as you die. Are you really Tallulah? Chen, if you want to know the truth, stop protecting the seed of evil by your side. You're tearing us apart, twisting the truth and using my memories to mislead you. Goddess, you. Well, Darkest T left in search of light, yet you walk towards darkness. You're not worthy of killing him. If the devils you're talking about are the sarcasm I know, if the people you're talking about are like you, if the light you're talking about is slaughter, spreading pain, harm, and deception, whereas the darkness you refer to as salvation, sympathy, and the fight for justice, I'm willing to continue with the sarcas. Has our identity as an infected blinded you? You must understand their goals because of how the sarcas use the infected. Are you not aware that you are the pawn in their hands? You're trying to drag my sister into the abyss. For all of this? You hear it? My flames will burn through your deceit and reveal the truth hidden behind you. Take care, for this will hurt. However, I have no choice but to do it. You should ask my permission first. I don't wish to do this, Chen. Haven't you already done this before? I've had enough of your hypocrisy. Your hate is blinding you, preventing you from seeing yourself and escaping your upbringing. You're the one that hasn't left the fire, Tallulah. We are
Let's go!
Tallulah, inscrutable leader of the reunion movement.
Show me what you're made of. Amuse me, if you even can.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Might as well bring her back. Gonna need a good healer.
Almost dozed off. Whew, get it already, guys.
Acknowledged.
It's not my wish to take lives. Got it. I will not call
Shoot.
upon. Here.
He's not facing anyone. Whoops.
I have to get serious now. This is the
Acknowledged.
My power is all yours now. I have to get serious now. I'm a sure duck. I know what you're thinking. My power is all yours now.
Tricky. Wise not gonna do much here, but another healer wouldn't go amiss. Actually, I should probably bring Cruz here since a sniper would be big help. Sara's here. Actually, yeah, Calcit's a good option. Gonna be a good option here, I think. Hold the twilight comes.
Operation commencing. Incoming. Get ready, everyone.
Oh, wrong one. Alright, apparently this is the one where Amiya promotes to the, but goes from caster to guard, and I definitely need a good arts guard since I lack the really valuable ones, so.
Incoming. Get ready, everyone.
Come on. Damn it.
This is the battlefield.
No good.
Retreat at once, while there's still time.
Ak won't be of much help here. But Ash might.
Let's get our heads in the game.
Ash is still hands down my strongest sniper. Even with as good as Cruz is, it's hard to deny she's really up there.
Let's show them what we can do.
Totally inscrutable
Targets
leader of the
detected.
region.
This is the battlefield. You will not come to harm. I shall protect you. You will not come to harm.
Very well.
My power is all yours now.
Cruz, take that out if you please.
Take flight.
That didn't work out as well as I was hoping.
Roger.
Oh shit.
I shall protect you. I shall protect you.
Let's go!
I shall protect you.
I'm all stocked up.
Alright, Ash is almost
Ready
ready.
to go.
Come on, do it. Oh, she's immune to stun completely. That's a little annoying.
Yours now. Take flight. I'm right here. Are you afraid of me? Take flight.
Acknowledged.
Ready to go. Clear.
I shall protect you.
What are you planning? Fool! For what reasons hast thou come?
Oh dear.
My power is all yours now. My power is all yours now. Take flight.
I can't. Pretty sure I can't just leak Tallulah because most bosses counters 2 or 3, yeah. But target here, this thing is terrible. Long range attacks, Stellar Corona deals magic damage. When blocked, uses melee attacks that deal true damage. Apply Burning Breath to one target. Once again, this is definitely one place where I'm gonna have to not hesitate to use support. Chen the Holiday may not be a bad idea. Not helping is that enemies like to go around the top or bottom, specifically to avoid me putting units too high up.
Targets detected. Let's go. I'm all stocked up.
Right.
This is the battlefield. Take flight. I shall protect you. Roger. I shall protect you.
Very well.
I shall protect you.
Great.
Alright, we have to kill Tallulah really hard.
Here, I hear someone crying.
The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none with his vanity.
I shall protect you.
Chen here. Ready at a moment. Time is limited.
Shit. Come on, Tallulah's almost down.
I'm right here, Doctor. Are you afraid of me?
Got her. Fortunately, that enemy's still left.
Let's go.
Alright, monster, use your skill. I think by aiming him down, I might be able to get both this thing, both the flying enemy and up there, but...
Ready to go.
And I missed my chance with...
Stopped up.
What are you planning?
Alright, here we go. Cruise, do your thing. True damage on monster here.
What are you planning? Fool! For what reason hast thou come?
Shoot. Got him. Excellent, we did it.
Mission accomplished.
Didn't think drones could be stunned. I didn't know either, I just chose that because Cruz is really good at racking up hits on the enemy. Nice. I really like Cruz Alter a lot. So I'm probably going to be sticking with her, even though Ash is technically better by pretty much every metric. Still not enough, you won't be able to overcome my flames like this. With neither wisdom nor courage, how would you enjoy... With neither wisdom or courage, how much longer... who would enjoy such a performance? Chan, how much longer will you swing your sword for the sake of others? Have you ever drawn that sword for yourself? Lord of Fiends, ha. Perhaps the courts managed to create an inferior piece of trash. Still not enough, just enough. Not enough, you two. Actually, it is enough. If you continue speaking to my mind, I'll have to ask you to leave. It is enough. Madam Chan's emotions are flowing towards me from the Chizao. For we didn't know each other at all. It's the things that happen here that bound us together, the fate of the infected that has brought us here, because we believe the coming dawn will always be better than day. Chen is different from you, Cottis. Rhodes Island is just a scarecrow for the various political entities. For them, you would kill your own kin while speaking of kindness, waiting for a chance to sow seeds of chaos for your own benefit. You don't care about the infected at all. Who else do you want to kidnap? Are you planning to feed those lies to Madam Chen? Use Tallulah to hijack Reunion. Use Sharonabog to seize the Ursus army. Yeah. Dangling a carrot from the people versus who else are you planning to kidnap now? It's easy to see through your lies, since you only ever talk about the results of your motivations without ever saying what steps you take to achieve them. Your promise to Lula was the exact same. Oh. You promised Madam Chen in Reunion you would create a home for the infected. You promised the infected would rise up in a great battle, but Tallulah would never have made such a promise again. Because the first time she made such a promise made so much pain. Amiya! Chen. Amiya, I have my regrets. If only I'd met you sooner. Such may have turned out differently, but I made many mistakes. I think the old Madam Chen wouldn't have agreed with me anyway. Not Madam, just call me Chen. Miss Chen. That's fine. It's a bit more formal, or is it too formal? I started dragging you into this sisterly quarrel. I thought a reunion would be a little more dramatic, or at least a little more conventional. I think no matter how conventional it is, the feelings we have when uniting with each other are one and the same. Is crying very cliched? I don't think so. Any normal person would. Very eloquent, Cottis. An impressive assault on the emotional front. However, such a skill is better suited to persuade the royal court and senate than subdue parliament and those spineless bastards, and incite hate the blind soldiers and irascible citizens rather than me. Casdale fell thrice to great fires, was rebuilt multiple times, receiving millions of new souls and recruiting being reclaimed by the royal court each time, yet the previous residents have all been reduced to ash in the wind. In Chernobog, once you raise the barriers, stopping my breath, I'll let you go. Because of the noble warrior who sacrificed his life for you was worthy of my respect, but now you've caught my attention once more. You won't get another chance to escape me. Survive this immolation. Damn it, Amiya, over here, quick. I'm not talking to you, sister. Now, I wonder what a burning flesh will smell like. Amiya! Violent flames rage into existence. The searing flames of white fire roar towards Amiya in all directions, completely enveloping her on the ground she stands upon. You! Just try it. If you struck now, would you cut both my hearts and her? Let her go, Tallulah. I'm the one you want dead. Afraid it's too late for that. 3 minutes are up. Enough time has passed. Their thoughts shift over to Lungman and Chernobog. Their memories across the northern plains and lands of Ursus. She is intimately familiar with Chen's thoughts. She's experienced all of Chen's battles at this point. She has Brandon, Lungman, Chernobog, and all the northern plains upon her body. Black lines surge outward from the ball of flame, forming distinct threads that carve through the flames. The white flames fade away. How? What cut through that flame prison? Amiya violently gasps for breath. She shuts her eyes. Countless ideas form with her mind, dissipate just as quickly. She remembers Frost Nova lamenting through gritted teeth. She sees he's a patriot's corpse standing tall. She hears Alina's irresponsible whispers. She sees Ace and Scout and remembers the elite operators dancing at the party. She recalls Lisa taking gingerbread out of the oven as she thinks of Mimi's handmade badges. The light that shines faintly at Steve's chest as he walks through the corridor during a power outage, silly grin on his freckled face. She thinks of her parents. She's her mother holding onto her shoulder, and she tries to grasp the fiddlestick. Her mother's fingers are long and fair. Though she is pleased at all the scars and calluses. She sees her father falling over the door. She cannot remember exactly, but her father said only that he had tears in her eyes. Goodbye, live on, Amiya. She's Teresa stabbing a sword into her chest. She sees Teresa wishing her good night and turning off the lights. Teresa picking out a white dress for her with a smile brighter than on her own. She sees the doctor right in front of her, the doctor looking back, waiting for her to catch up before continue onwards. She sees a Sarkaz, a great fire, same great fire, a fire that burns all, yet is unable to eradicate malice, a great fire that itself was born of malice. Inside a trance surrounded by great fire, the Sark roars aloud. We've been betrayed once more. They've broken the arrangement, attacked our camp. They're normal civilians, not soldiers, just normal Sarkaz. Why did you kill my wife? Why must my people suffer an injustice? Why did we not have the right to live? We just want to live in peace, a place to call home. Is it because we're Sarkaz? Amiya's tears evaporate in the scorching flame. Is it because we're infected? Amiya asks. Are we lower than the vile beasts, a blight upon this land, simply because we're Sarkaz? Sarkaz's roars pierce through the tongues of flame, through the arts, through the eras. What crimes do they commit? Are they not innocent? You hate them? Amiya whispers. A memory will not answer. Yet this great Sarkaz does too, as if he knows the question will inevitably be asked. No, perhaps he's the one who never stopped asking himself. They hate us, to massacre our kin without rhyme or reason, to renege on our promises, to cover up their crimes, committing an even greater crime. Are they toying with us, or is this manipulation? Do they seek benefits, or is this purely abuse? This moment of paranoia, or is it malice buried deep within? Are we the ones they should hate? They should hate themselves. They should hate themselves for reducing the land and the state, for turning us all into villains. Sarkaz raises his sword. Black and cerulean engulf entirety of the longsword. That weight presses heavily on Amiya's shoulders. The longsword Amiya grips in her hand. Do I hate them? Rage, rage. An endless rage encapsulating all the pain and injustice. It breaks past the Sarkaz bottom line, past Amiya's guard. An enmity that cannot be destroyed by hate. How can that which raises malice overcome malice? Yet, this fury is different. Even if I don't take revenge, even if I never hold a grudge, I still have the right to rage on. The Sarkaz roars furiously. They should never have done so if they didn't expect this. The flames tremble beneath his mighty roars. They shrink back, Transforming from orange cerulean in a display of self-mockery, the cerulean flames burn brighter. Sarkaz draws a long sword, a black blade long and sharp, and wisps of blue flame across it. His fury goes forth. This is the end, come at me. I will bring the end to you, to all of us, to myself. If this land will not permit myself to lay down my weapon, when I can only continue the fight until the end of time itself. Amiya knows. She knows that after killing all Oathbreakers, this great Sarkaz has taken himself out as well. She also knows this sword has turned to little more than ashes, as if it never existed. Yet the cerulean fury, all of history of the Sarkaz Lord have long become part of Amiya. As move unsheathing blade, cleave now is cleft. As move at teardrop's point, once known to be deft. As sword air shadows traced, cast off as cast. As sword of status rent, once stood stand fast. Many more memories fall into Amiya's mindscape, the river of time gushing through her consciousness. It's not a happy ending, but Amiya has run out of time. Amiya sees Chen's rage. Amiya sees Tallulah's flames. Amiya understands clearly that they must resolve this matter here. The Sword of Fury will not just be a sword of the past, it must become a sword of the present. Amiya grips the hilt tightly. Missing story. Oh, I forgot to forgotten to download the cutscene. That's a bit anticlimactic, but what matters is sword. From spinning to cutting, the embodied power did not increase, but the form has changed. It's genuine. Congratulations, Cottus. You're not a fragment, not an experiment, not an imposter. You're indeed the Lord of Sarkaz, the enemy of humanity. No, I'm nothing but an infected, a person. I'm speechless. Amiya, what kind of magic is that? It doesn't matter right now. Maybe, but it matters a lot to me. Why are you holding a sword that looks so much like mine? Why do you know the sword techniques I've diligently practiced over 10 years? Miss Chen, is it that serious? Never mind, I'll leave it for next time. How similar is the sword? You can think of it as another one. Alright, Amiya, how much sword techniques do you know? All that I've seen, all that I've found in your heart, I know them all. Did you find in my heart? Miss Chen, don't worry, I only saw things you wish for me to learn. I can't distinguish those things. I seriously didn't look at anything else. Forget it all. Yan always did say that handling the sword relies more on the state of mind than one's mastery over the sword proper. I always thought he's bullshitting, but I'll have to admit, I'm unlikely to ever reach his level of swordsmanship. So you can ignore him when he's waxing lyrical about cooperation principles. When it comes to the sword, you must listen to us both. Got it. Two swords. You actually have the gall to choose such an evil weapon like Chi Zhao. Since when have weapons been evil or not? What kind of weapon could be more evil than you? Listen up, Amiya. Your resentment and fury are one and the same, then so too are our swords. Let us go. Take her down, dead or alive. Don't act like we have a choice. You've gained much confidence from such a weapon. I've been through this tomfoolery once already today. I don't fancy an encore. Let's test your sword and see your skills for myself. Too slow. Chi Zhao. Unsheath. Dang, this game really has some really lovely artwork. Ah? Dr. Kelso was right. Chi Zhao is a sword that can cut through arts. Its formless flames that endlessly devour the surrounding dissipate to nothingness after a flash of cerulean, black and red. A wound. How could this? Ever since I revived through my sheer hate, this body has not taken a single scratch. We only managed to cut her finger. Her heart is tremendously powerful. Don't underestimate that scratch. Every little wound and cut will give her will build up and accumulate. We'll bear her down eventually. Well, if we have to win through a death by 1,000 cuts, we can do that. Good to know. That's really sad. Who do you think you are, talking while wearing that face? The LGD really raised a kind-hearted girl. You seem happy carving up your sister's body with an outsider, Chen. You dare call me that? Kill me if you wish. I can never return. I hate all this. I hate you. I hate this land upon which raised you. I made you like this. Kill me and release me from this, otherwise I'll kill you. At the very least, don't make me kill you. I don't want to. I can't, even if it's your fault. That 20 years ago, you didn't come with me. You blacked out. You ran away. You backed out. I became like this. Something even I hate, all because of you. Went back on your promise. That night in the torrential rain, why did you willingly stand by that evil dragon's side? He killed my father, caused our mother's death. He split us apart, and now you're doing his bidding? It's lying. Think about it, Miss Chen. Was it actually like that night? The sky was clear, I'll never forget. There was no moonlight, no stars, but it was daytime when you dragged me out. It was during the day. That means No, Tallulah, Kashy's Originium arts didn't begin taking effect after his death. He had begun using them from that moment on. Just think, how many thoughts has he twisted, how many memories has he warped? Even if he didn't tamper with your memories, he was still exploiting those fuzzy corners of your mind. Tallulah, if you are still Tallulah, even if you want to start a war, you end up sacrificing many people. Would you let them die in vain just for yourself? If there had to be sacrifices, wouldn't you let yourself be the first? Would you have let the Yeti's Frost Nova die helplessly? Would you have used the thing Patriot was protecting to destroy him? You who greatly respected him, would you have allowed countless Ursus and infected to die for that? Enough, you cannot shake my resolve. Your actions are completely the same, down to the rhythms. Disgusting. Those two swords are unable to best me. You'll eventually run out of stamina, yet my flames are endless. Your swords are an extension of your bodies, whereas I embody power itself. You'll fall to fatigue and I'll claim your lives. Tallulah, open your eyes and see. Do you truly wish for such an ending to such a tragedy? Is this really what you want? Enough. It's pointless to hide in your shell. Face me. She speaks of describing a simple fact. Chen looks at Amiya. The girl next to her is unrecognizable from the Amiya of 10 minutes ago. Her usual tone is surprising. It feels as though a third of it's coming from Amiya herself and another subtly imitating her. And the last third, Chen does not know either. The dragon pinches her lips together. After much hesitation, she opens her mouth once again. What sights did you see this time? What? Whose last words you hear? Little rabbit, only those who face imminent death spout such platitudes. The events in the past cannot harm me. At the same time, she taps the hilt of her sword, slightly pulling apart the shaking air. Chen roars. Just before she moves, it occurs to her that it may be better for Amiya to deal with this. She's out, fleeting night. She turns to look at Chen. Sorry, something like this, right? Blue, black, probably cerulean. Looks good. Compared to this, Chizao's a lot bloodier. At this moment, Chen considers perhaps the battle should have just gone like this. The oxygen supply devices have been destroyed during the battle. To fight a fire dragon carrying an oxygen supply is nothing sort of damage, self-harming. With a huff, Chen discards the extraneous equipment and laments the fact she's too hasty in her preparations. There's not much time left. She's planning to burn all the oxygen. Rabbit beside her is also a veteran of many battles. This reminder should have been unnecessary, but it's enough to divert her attention. There's only one reason to do so. Chen wants to do so. She breathes deeply, struggling to keep calm, refusing to be bound by the scabbard, temporarily restrained. And Chizao trembles violently as if eagerly awaiting its release to the point of madness, though it may be because of her own hand is shaking. After all these years, only now does Chen feel the tenacity of Chizao. She fears she will lose her grip on the sword, yet she's unable to stop herself from rejoicing together with it. She comes to a realization that Chizao possesses no will of its own. Its will is that of the wielder. It wasn't she was unable to. She hadn't reached a point where she needed to use it. But now she faces the veritable wall of flames, the villain in front of her. The person she longed for, friend, sister, criminal, along with a sense of total despair. It all weighs down heavily. Trembling gradually stops this time, Chen feels. Chizao's been waiting for far too long, and she has as well. Madam, Miss Chen, please wait. We may be able to hurt her, but even if we have the power to do so, killing her is meaningless. Amiya doesn't feel as if she's the one speaking. She feels like a sharp blade bent from injustice and tragedy. Even so, Amiya feels like the blade will turn to its original shape, sharp as ever. She feels a little like Chen. It's not a bad thing. She cannot actually be Chen after all. She gazes at Tallulah. Chen, did you arrest suspects just so you could flog and humiliate them? Take away their very lives? Yet, her nameless anger is nothing like Chen. She feels betrayal, manipulation, isolation, experiencing a story that sets reaching gloomy end. That's just an outcome, I believe. Besides, we don't possess that authority. I know you'll say washing away suspicion is too easy. No, Miss Chen, that's not right. Whether or not suspicions can be washed away, you must wait until this matter is resolved. Oh dang, it's not even giving a recap here. Chen bites down her lip, drawing blood. Why does she feel joy that blood can harming one another? She cannot answer. She stops herself from raising. She sighs. Exactly. That's just an outcome, and I want them to be judged for her crimes. Death can come after their sentence. Where does her confidence stem from? It's not confidence, you monster. It's called responsibility. Chen holds her head up high. It's our duty. On the other hand, Kashi, you possess nothing. Your body's borrowed, your deceptions laid bare, your flames falter before Chizao. You chose this place as your battlefield, relying on weapons of disguise. Staying in the core city is proof of your arrogance and folly. You've driven yourself to a corner you cannot escape. Huh. Class conversion system is unlocked. Let's take a look at her here. She's out, Fleeting Night. Arts Dawes attacks are all turned to double strikes. Immediately searches for lowest HP target from this unit, attacks 10 times for 60 as arts damage. Each enemy defeated during these slashes will increase Amiya's attack by 25%, res by 20, attack up to 3 afterwards will deal true damage. Oh my, so this is... Now this is definitely an interesting upgrade. Interesting. Alright. Feeling a bit mentally exhausted and I've got some stuff to do tonight, so I think I'll have to, as much as I'd like to do what's likely to be the final boss battle here, I think I'm going to call it for tonight. Might be a bit before I get back to this since... Ooh, might as well click this while I'm here. Excellent. Since the event's coming up, I'll definitely want to be farming that for the foreseeable future. But I'll definitely be back here soon to try and get Chapter 9 done to unlock those materials. Oh yeah, I also need to get the Annihilation done. I'll do that on my own time. But until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.